enough talk. Have at thee. It's Horizon Zero Dawn O'Clock, folks, and this is the last Horizon Zero Dawn O'Clock that we're going to have for a while. We will be coming back at some point in the future because I want to do the DLC. I do. We'll do the DLC and then dive maybe into the second game. But we're going to take a break because there are many games to play. Many games that I cannot wait to play. And I think I've just about had my fill of this game's outstanding incredibleness, and I'm ready to try some other things for a bit. So last time we did a little bit of closing final chapters of things. We opted against killing Nil. Apparently my roommate made a different choice. So we had a little bit of a chat about that. I'm super satisfied with the closure of my path because it feels like it's very true to Aloy, and the way that Aloy shot him down was very kind and very Aloy, and in such a way that it fits with Nil's worldview, you know? Like, it's still a satisfying ending, even if, you know, he understands why. Even if it's not quite what he wants, it's also okay. And so that was really neat. I thought that was really neat. Honestly, no, it was an incredibly good little piece of characterization. I liked that you could tell going into it what was going to happen from the way he talked. It wasn't meant to be shocking, like, oh gosh. But it felt very in character. It felt very building on top of everything we've gotten to know about him over the course of the game. So it was good. It was good. We also went through the Vantage Point story, which is easily one of my favorite parts in this game. It's perhaps the best written thing in an incredibly well written game. Like, frankly, Horizon Zero Dawn has set a very high bar between Horizon Zero Dawn and Hades. I think every game is going to be a little bit of a letdown for a while until I learn to recalibrate my expectations to something slightly less in the stratosphere, you know? Like, that is a really intense 1-2 punch that basically anybody would have a hard time following. I'm sorry, Stray. The odds were also stacked against you. But we are going to be changing to a very different feel. I will be pairing Paper Mario Thousand Year Door with Disco Elysium. I'm leaning towards the former on Tuesday and the latter on Thursday, but if you have strong feelings on the matter, please let me know. State your case for one or the other, and we'll figure it out. But yeah, the Vantage Point storyline is absolutely incredible. And it's funny, it's a testament for just how good the writing is, that when I go to talk about how good that section of the game, like this short story that they've got is, I talk about how great, like, I have this instinctive urge to talk about how incredible the voice acting is. But the thing is, only the tiniest fraction of it is actually voice acted. The vast majority of that story is not voice acted. And yet the voice that they have written is so strong that, paired with the excellent voice acting in the section we do get voiced, you feel like the character is talking to you the whole time. It's really incredible. And they still manage to work in a little bit of purple prose without over purpling it most of the time. And granted, I have a very high tolerance for purple prose, as Kerner can attest. I write fairly purple prose, or you could read Darkness and Starlight and then see for yourself. No, seriously, although there will be more of that coming soon. Maybe I'll even write Horizon Zero Dawn fanfic. You never know, it could happen. Apparently, writing fanfic is now a thing that I do. I have started, and I have become unstoppable. But that brings us to, oh no, is our bot down? And I fixed the bot. I specifically even went and, hold on, give me just a second. Okay. I specifically went in to update things with the bot. Because okay, how is it not, okay, no? I want the bot. The bot. Where's the bot? Sorry, give me just a second. Stand by is what they would say if you were working with audio engineers. They would say stand by if there was an issue. Just so you know, that is the word that is said. Where was that? Hold on. Sorry. Why is it not on? That's okay, Phil. You do not have to. You do not have to memorize that. Okay. We're gonna log in. Okay. Now where's the bot? Cloud bot. No, 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 that's the wrong thing. I can't click on things. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I was saying something. Okay. Cloud bot turned itself off. All right, hold on. All right. The bot has returned to us. If I was willing to pay Streamlabs money, it could be FlutyBot again. But I don't like them, and I don't want to use them, and I wouldn't use them if there was another bot that worked better. But there isn't. That's what I have to say about that. If somebody feels like programming me a bot, or finding me a bot, I would be very happy. No pressure. So we've done all of the big story bits that I want to do. You know, we've done a lot of these really good things. They were very interesting. I cried during some of them. And now we're ready to go beat the game. Are you ready to beat the game, folks? Are we ready? Are we ready to do this? Are we ready to teleport into Meridian and do this? I guess before we dive in, because you can't possibly think I'm done talking. I'm almost done talking, don't worry. I'm almost there, I'm almost there. In the meantime, if you could all share with each other the new emote. I might make another one because apparently everyone liked Sophie's face in another photo. So we are going to wrap up the main plot. And so what's interesting for me is that I was not anticipating that the Shadow Karja would be the final section of this game because they felt like they'd lost relevance. The reason why I felt that way is because I underestimated just how far along I was in the main story. You know, I thought that there was still going to be like, you know, a quarter to a third of the game left. But in fact, my instincts about the Shadow Karja being almost played out were correct. It just meant that we were almost at the end of the game. At this point, I think it's probably a little late for them to bring in something big and new because I feel like there is still this rogue AI in space and something was getting involved and interfering with Gaia when Gaia exploded after creating Aloy. And there's no way, I don't think, that Tedward Pharaoh could possibly be the one responsible for such a thing right now. Although, if there is a character who could do that, it would be Tedward Pharaoh. So... Hey, you could have a ghost in the machine, you never know. But I feel like the things going wrong in the immediate past might have been caused by this rogue AI in some way. As I've said before, I feel like it's kind of like you will be free to Gaia's processes. Purely based on it's pure conjecture. They haven't really, I don't think, given any indication whatsoever that could be what's going on. But my brain cannot leave well enough alone and saw some puzzle pieces that it wants to stick together and thought that made sense as a sensible place to put those puzzle pieces together. So that is clearly not going to happen in this game. It will not be confirmed in this game because we just simply do not have time for a reveal that big unless it's like a whoa and then there's going to be a sequel moment, which there'll probably be some threads left open to let us know that there'll be a sequel. Maybe we'll see Aloy riding off into the sunset, but I don't think that they'll pull that. Yes, that's just a little bit of mini golf, just a little mini golf, as a treat. With a girl on each arm, maybe. I don't know. There's a bunch of girls. It could be. This game does have a fair bit of girlfriends. Yeah, you know, maybe we'll get Pringles. We can get Pringles and ride off into the sunset. Get infinite Pringles and then go do that. Maybe we can get infinite Pringles when we get the DLC. How does that sound? But yeah, so at this point, I feel like there's probably not going to be any big surprises, because we're going to be wrapping things up. If they do pull a big surprise, there might be something involving Sylens, but I feel like Sylens' story for this game, at least, has done its thing. He has gotten closure. He has walked out of the story saying, basically, I'm walking out of your life now. Do I believe him? I don't know. It's entirely possible that he'll be the quest giver who turns out to be a villain, but he's already been proven to be a bad guy, kind of, so I don't know. I do have some experience to spend, and maybe I'll do that, but I don't know that I have anything worth putting points into, that I would actually put points in. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait because I don't have enough points to do anything. But yeah, I'm not expecting, like I was saying, I'm not expecting a big story reveal this late in the game. They may confirm something that we've known all along, but at this point I think we're going to go in there. What I'm hoping that Aloy will have a chance to talk to Gaia somehow. I want that. I want that closure for both of them, because they're sisters. They share the same mother. And I would like for them to have each other, even if it's just for a moment. I think that would be really healing for Aloy, who has lost. She's lost all of her parental figures. She lost Elizabeth without ever really having her. But I would like to see her and Gaia be able to be sisters, even for a moment. That would be all right. Yeah. Other than that, I'm hoping we're going to see some of our friends in Meridian. I mean, we did send the Nora into Meridian, so we know they're going to be there. This is why they went to Meridian, because there's going to be a final showdown with the Shadow Karja there. So we should be able to see all of our friends come together. Do I wish we could have done more with some of them? Yeah, but that's okay. The game has managed... I'm being greedy when I want there to be more story with some of these characters, because the game has managed to deliver quite a lot of really, 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 really good, emotionally compelling experiences for us. We get to see what happens when Erend and Avad meet the Nora, potentially. So that could be exciting. I know... my mind is blanking on their names. Varl and Sona. Are they both coming, or is it just Varl who's coming? Look at that. I pulled their names out of my own memory. Aren't you proud of me? I'm proud of me. I need to keep working on whatever it takes to get my memory back. I am tripping over the next level. Yes, so we'll get another point. I'll get another level, and then we'll get another point, and then we'll put it into something. Oh man, yeah, I'm excited about seeing my friends again. You can tell that I'm excited about seeing our friends again, because how many times did I go to Meridian trying to find Avad because I wanted to talk to him? I think that open world storytelling is not my favorite. I think open world storytelling is not what I would choose, because I want more forward momentum with my relationships with people instead of having a self-contained side story for them, or even a series of self-contained side stories. That is my preference. However, Horizon Zero Dawn is so incredibly good that I don't mind. And it does what it does very well. This is not a flaw on its part. This is simply a disconnect between Horizon Zero Dawn and Lauren. But it is safe to say that I like this game and think it is good. The upside the upside.
Damn Oseram stirring up tensions. I'm keeping my eyes open.
Oh man. Yeah. Sorry, Aloy. Is this the... Oh, okay. Turn around and go the other way. I was gonna say the upside of this is that I know my way around the city, but actually it turns out I don't know my way around the city. Am I going the right way this time around? Yes. Yes, I am.
We all have our place.
Just Horizon is just... Oh, here we go. Part of me feels like I should maybe go visit friends, but again, it is a bit tricky. They don't give you motivation to go talk to random NPCs very often. So I'm not going to go to the Hunter's Lodge, even though I'm thinking about it. Hey Austin, we're just getting started, so buckle up. We are gonna go deal with the looming shadow. They really do quite well with the artistic imagery of their like they managed to do a lot with sun imagery. What are those? That right there. Those wind turbine-y thingies. I don't know. Hi Blade. No, I've just been talking for like half an hour. No reunion with shirtless guy or midriff. I love that the character I called midriff actually wound up being a character in the game. I think that sort of thing's always fun when that happens. You know? I'm laughing a lot right now because I'm delighted and I'm there's a lot of good, fun, playful stuff, and I do really enjoy that kind of like found storytelling. And I'm also expecting that I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry at some point in the end of this game. I just know it. Okay, I'm gonna turn the audio up a little bit, but let me know if there are any issues with the audio balance. Like I said, I've changed the audio situation, the audio settings, everything's a bit different. So will you guys talk to me?
Should be out there fighting machines, not pacing around here. I've got a lot on my mind. Sorry.
It's okay.
I don't think
Okay, that's fine. Gosh, you guys are so fancy. Look at you. You're wearing so much more than the Shadow Karja's soldiers are. Oh, hello! I know you. Do you have anything custom to say?
You still want to talk? I might need a hanky.
See, this is what I mean. Like,
So.
we're at the end of the game, and I would have expected some custom dialogue, even just a line. But perhaps it's because they can't cut off anything. They can't assume you've seen anything or done anything at this point. They're not able to update things as much as I would want, which again, I think would be a sign that this isn't 100% the way that I prefer games to be. Would I play an open world game again? Yes. But I wonder if parts of it might wear at me a little more if it was less astoundingly well written. This game is really incredible. Gosh, he's so cool. Hi, Avad. I really appreciate how much care they put into making, even though the genetics of people in Aloy's time are not easily traceable to specific regions of our real world. Intentionally, now we have an explanation for why. But despite that, and therefore maybe it's harder to, because they tend to be a mixture of genetics. They tend to mix a lot of features, but even so, they look like people. And the more important a character is supposed to be for the story, the more care I think they put into making the person look like a person. So Avad looks extremely like a person. He looks like a dude in his face. And I think that's really, really helpful in what they're trying to do with him, especially with how ridiculous his king hat is. Oh, hi, Willow. Well, I will do my best to get through the ending tonight so that you can see how it ends. I love this game very much. Yeah, narrator way, that doesn't surprise me. Now that I know what I'm looking for, where they slot in different pieces of dialogue based on what you have or haven't done and in what order. You can see there's a lot of that. They handle it pretty well. It's pretty smooth. But now I'm hoping, like, I mean, if we hadn't rescued Avad's brother, then I don't know how I don't know how this would work without that. But I don't know. So there's upsides and downsides to having game storytelling like this. And I think Horizon Zero Dawn is so good that I think that it is only fair that I point out the ways in which I wish it could have been better. But even then, it's not because it's badly made, and it's not that they made a bad choice. It's that they are delivering a different experience, and following the necessity of what that genre requires, you know?
Sun's headed for the west. Keep my guard up.
Your outfit is having some issues there, Avad. Alright, we should probably talk to him. Thing is, I would love to play Breath of the Wild, and I would love to stream it, but I'm not sure it's a good fit. We can always try it someday. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's talk to our friend the king. I really, really, really want him to say something about me rescuing his brother. That's really important to me. I hope, even if it's just optional dialogue, I hope that they give it to me.
Aloy, what brings you to Meridian?
A threat. Helis commands a legion of fanatics called the Eclipse. They will attack soon from the west, with an army of ancient war machines. But that's not the worst of it. They'll bring a mind with them, god, demon, machine, whatever you want to call it. It's called Hades. And it doesn't want Meridian at all. It wants the Spire. And if it gets there, it will send out a call, waking more ancient machines, more than we could ever defeat. All will be lost. We can't let that happen.
I'm trying to understand, but my responsibility lies with Meridian.
Meridian isn't the target, Avad. You have to defend the Spire.
Perhaps the Vanguard, Your Radiance.
Yes. Send them to the Spire. Erend knows Aloy. He won't question it.
And have the city guard fortify the western ridge. There they can be seen to protect Meridian and the Elite, where the Spire rests.
Aloy, allow me to apologize for my behavior before.
Oh, good.
After everything that happened with Ursa, I was confused. If we're to fight together on the brink of life and death, I'd prefer to do so with your forgiveness.
Then you have it. As long as you don't confuse me with her again.
Even a king can learn his lesson. Good then. I'm glad that's behind us. Now, it will take time to prepare our defenses. Please, tell me what you know of our enemies. Everything.
I don't know about everything, but I'll tell you what I can.
Okay. So I'm going to take a moment. I'm glad they're giving me a moment. If you don't mind, I want to talk a little bit about that. I mean, it's probably good that they don't dwell on stuff with his brother, given that there's something more pressing, but I still want that. No, I love, you can see his slight awkwardness when she arrives. And I've had so much else on my mind about this game and this story, and I suspect that Aloy has had so much on her mind too, that, like, the awkwardness of their parting is at this point the last thing you think about. But for him, it's fresh, because that's when he sees Aloy, he's reminded of it. And so I was like, why does he seem a little bit stiff or a little bit unsure talking to her? But then he reminded me, and I appreciate him apologizing. I appreciate him owning it. I appreciate him recognizing what happened. But also, like, I appreciate that I could tell from the writing and from the rigging and everything, you could tell something was a little bit off the moment that you start talking to him, enough that I was like, why is he doing that? Because they thought about what's going through our character's head at this point when Aloy shows up. And I love the fact that Murad helps out there. Because it's true that Avad cannot make the entirety of Meridian's arms be Aloy's personal soldiers. Like, he can't just snap his fingers and do that. He's already bending the rules and introducing a lot of change and doing a lot of things a little quickly to change the society that he lives in. But that would be, I think, a hair too far. So it's true, he does have to prioritize Meridian. And so I'm glad that they have to find a solution. I'm glad that Murad wastes no time in suggesting a solution. I'm glad Murad was there. I love Murad. Not just because he makes me think of my old boss and mentor, who I love very much, who was not, to my knowledge, a spy or a soldier. But there's just something about this, like, calm, older, wise person who just always seems to know what's going on and what to say and what to do in every situation. It's nice to have Murad's just incredible competence right there with, like, well, why don't we do this? And then when they can explain, like, oh, yes, that's right, you know, Erend will be in charge of those people, and he knows Aloy, so that'll be fine. Like, any of the issues on their side, because they have their own concerns. These aren't just tin soldiers waiting to be pushed around on a board. They are people with their own worlds, their own lives, their own needs and responsibilities and fears and politics. And so, whereas I think a lesser game might ignore all of that stuff to just be like, you're at the end of the game, you go and you say, I need soldiers. And they're like, okay, here's some soldiers. Even if it's just a few lines of dialogue and it never comes up again, the fact that they took into consideration what would it mean for the king, the Sun King, to make a decision, what decision can he make, so that it is consistent with the world and it fits and it feels right. Like that, I mean, it gives us a chance to see these characters in action again, which is really nice, although I know that we're about to go talk to Murad again, which I'm very happy about. But I don't know, it makes it all fit. It feels like the world is still happening around you. And I think that's one of the appeals of an open world game, is that it should feel like the world is happening around you instead of waiting for you. And so there's a strength of that kind of game. Let's see if we can talk to Avad about anything else, because I really want to.
Have you spoken to Blameless Murad?
Not yet, but I will.
He wishes to speak to you. Defensive preparations are his responsibility.
I wanted to talk to you, Avad, but I guess we don't get to. That's okay. We can listen to these beautiful strings instead. While we go and encounter one of my favorite NPCs in this game. He is such a great character. Am I going the wrong way? No, I'm going the right way. Okay.
Quietly does it. Panic in the city will only create another enemy. And do keep me appraised of each new arrival.
He's so competent. He's just so competent. Hello, Murad.
Ah, Aloy. Preparations are underway on the ridge defenses and at the spire. Word was sent to every corner of the Sundom. Our allies offered their steel. Some came for Meridian, others for shards. But many came for you, by name.
For me.
Don't be so humble.
I did want all of my friends to come together and hang out. I was hoping it might be before the end of the game, but you know, I'll take it.
The ridge will be the front line. That's where the city guard are holding?
Yes, bolstered by some of the irregulars I spoke of before. The Oseram cannons that thundered Meridian's walls in the Liberation will now defend us. You're welcome to tour the defenses.
I will. I love just the use of words, the choice of that thundered the walls. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. The writing is so good. So they can slip in a little of this incredibly evocative, slightly purpley prose, but just a little bit, just to get across, just like a little, it's a spice that could be too much, especially in dialogue, but they know exactly how much to use. They're very good. They are very good. These are outstanding writers. I want them to write things that I can read. I don't have to play it. I will just read it. That's fine. Just give me all of the writing, thanks.
And the Spire. Erend and the Vanguard are there?
Indeed. Clashing breastplates together and testing out their battle cries, I suppose. A number of the Nora have also arrived at the Spire. They have resisted the offer of a royal audience. Perhaps you could parley with them.
I will.
Oh, I get to go talk to everybody? I thought we were just going to do like cutscenes and battles in a final dungeon or something like that. I'm going to go talk to my friends. Okay, so the Nora are out there with Erend. Oh, that'll be fun. Oh my god, okay. So they don't want to talk to the king, but they'll talk to Aloy. I think so, Chrono. I think so. Congratulations. I think we're going to have fun with that. All right. Well, I'm excited to see all of my friends here again. And I love Maraud being like, don't be so humble. I mean, she is... I don't even know that humility is the right word. Just Aloy just doesn't think of that. So, it is a good trope. Whether it's summoning, like, the hearts of the people that we love to help us to fight the final boss, or I guess literally building an army of all of the people that we love. More Suikoden style. The power of friendship made manifest. That's a good way of putting it, Blue Glass. No, maybe we can bring Rost back if we've gathered all 108 stars of destiny. Anyway.
I suppose all we can do is wait for the attack.
Exactly. It's not a feeling I cherish, but our spotters at Evening Sign report there's still no movement in the west. So, if there's more you need to do elsewhere, seize this time to do it. Otherwise, I've made the apartment of Olin Delverson available to you. You can sleep there, if sleep comes.
So basically what they're saying is go talk to everybody, go do your side quests, go do everything.
What did we do to deserve this?
And then go sleep to... Oh, we got another one of Elizabeth's journals. All right. Hold on. We got another data point. There's just so much. There's going to be a lot here. I'm very excited about this. All right. Sobeck journal. July 16th, 2065. R. Last time I visited Prime was November of last year. Months since have been a blur. Flew out last night to oversee installation of the central armature and the master override. You're welcome, Ted. Which was completed by 0430. So I decided to grab a few hours of sleep here before heading back to ZD. Called Gaia before I bedded down, ostensibly to update her on the site plan. But the truth is I missed her. I've developed a habit of speaking to her before I sleep. Seems to be the only thing that calms me these days. Woke to a message from Oswald. The Odyssey launched yesterday, so terrestrial life's chance of survival has doubled. Why then do I feel so uneasy? I just keep wondering what kind of world Far Zenith will create if the ship reaches its destination so many decades from now. And I worry about that alpha build of Apollo. So much knowledge, so few restraints, and no fail-safes. How will they avoid repeating our mistakes? What's to stop them from playing God? Forwarding the Odyssey message to the Alphas, Naoto replied in less than a minute, with a poem of course, The Building of the Ship by Longfellow, and it's long, all right. I didn't read all of it, but it seems to be about launching a ship rather than building one. This stanza, or couplet or whatever, leapt out at me. Humanity, with all its fears, with all its hopes of future years, is hanging breathless on thy fate. Yeah, Odyssey and Zero Dawn both. Speaking of which, I should get back to ZD. Guess I should stop by Naoto's lab and check on Demeter's progress too. If I can get out of there without a volume of Tennyson pressed into my hands, I'll count myself lucky. Till next time. There you go! There you go. There is our explanation for why we have poems. Because the Alpha, this is the first encounter we've had with the Alpha of Demeter. And Demeter is plant life, which would be the metal flowers, which would be all of the volumes of poetry that we keep coming across. So I'd wondered whether the poetry we were finding was Gaia's decision or the people behind that that part of Gaia's programming, and it seems that it is safe to say that it goes back to Naoto, who is in charge of Demeter. So that's delightful. I am very delighted about this. So I feel like we got confirmation that Odyssey failed. Odyssey launched yesterday. So I know we have some concerns about Far Zenith, but I'm pretty sure somewhere in here was a thing about Odyssey. But I love the relationship between Gaia and Elizabeth. I love that it goes two ways, and that only makes me want Aloy and Gaia to be able to talk even more than I did before. So, file damaged, under repair. I feel like there was something somewhere, but I don't remember which it was. Still, that's very exciting stuff. Because there's very definitely, like, once you realize that it's poetry from the real world, because with haiku, I thought those might have been written for the game, but then obviously once we start getting into like romantic English poetry that is by names I recognize, that's a different scenario. Yeah, well, it could be. No, it's true that oh, we can teleport here. It could be Gaia having learned to value poetry, and when she thinks of when she thinks of launching her metal flowers and repopulating the earth with plants, that she thinks of the head of Demeter. But I suspect that the human had a hand in it, in picking the poems. Could be wrong. All right. Wait, there's another one already? Oh, we're just getting a lot of these, huh? I guess because we're at the end of the game? I'm not sure. The initial Odyssey launch failed, but they restated the project. I thought that they said that project failed. I could be wrong. Okay, well, I'll think about that. But in the meantime, we apparently have... Wait, no, that's the one that I just got. Yeah, that's the one that I just read. Never mind. Okay. Well, we are going to review the preparations at the ridge and see which friends we have here. What are you doing? Ah, okay. There's some Pringles, but we're not going to go to the Pringles. I don't know if this is a chat hat situation. Okay. I mean, I'm really confused, but really happy. I guess he probably came in to join the battle. Yeah, no, he's like, well, if Aloy has decided that these people are bad and should be killed, then obviously that makes this a good thing to do, so I will go and kill people for Aloy. Friendship. Nil's expression of friendship is that he will trust that the people you want him to kill are people he should be killing. I mean, yes, Nil also just wants to kill people, but this is actually, I think, an expression of friendship. I genuinely think this is what Nil's got. Murder is my favorite love language, Blade Tiger. Yeah, that's it. That's Nil right here. Nil?
Hey, Aloy. They told me your name. I said hair like a splash of blood, tenacious as a scrapper's jaws. I've thought about what you said. Every time, the wound you gave me caught on my ribs.
But I didn't wound you.
Not by metal. Still, I forgive. A duel is such a fleeting joy. If one of us had ended the other, we'd have missed all this. The weight before blood is shed, like the scrape of a blade across your teeth.
Nil, You're making it difficult to be glad to see you. But you're needed. The battle will be hard.
Hard? I was assured the odds would be near impossible.
And you signed up anyway?
Impossible odds, fine company, killing without consequence. How could I resist?
That's my boy. I love they know so fully what they're doing with him as a character. Like, you're legitimately, genuinely happy to see him. And it's going well, and you're like, yes, I'm putting all of your weirdness through the nil filter, yes, okay. And then he goes just a little too far. And you'll notice, like, the moment that I was just like, oh my god, it's the exact moment that Aloy is like, oh my god, we're both just like, okay, just take a step, or 2, or 5, or 20 back, please. No, you've gone a little too far. Oh man, he's such a good character. I'm glad he's here. Oh man.
Isn't that him? From the Battle of the Dawn? Can't be. Cinnabar Sands was before that, and there were no survivors.
Well, I don't like to boast.
Oh, sun, keep the shadow from falling upon me.
Did you get that? Did you get that, folks? The guards are scared of him because they know who he is. I don't know why that's so delightful to me, but it sure is. Oh man, oh Nil. Oh boy, oh boy. All right.
Did you just polish that armor, was it?
Of course.
Isn't that a little...
What?
nothing?
Out with it, woman.
Forget I said anything. You look very dignified.
Thank you.
And shiny. Very shiny.
Janeva, they called you back to duty.
So, you're the one behind all this commotion? Who made Sun King Avad finally show his sword arm from behind those robes?
A king can be fierce and fair, Janeva. He's a good man.
A smart man, too. He had Murad offer all my prisoners a royal pardon if they'd fight for Meridian. The whole motley lot of them agreed. Didn't take much convincing.
With your kind of convincing, I don't doubt it.
Ha! This time I went easy on them. Those who commit the crime of attacking Meridian, they'll see less of my lenient side. May the sun blaze at your back, Aloy.
That's cool.
Can't fault my prisoners' discipline. All those dawn drills have served them well.
Oh man, so who are you chatting with right here?
Nakoa,
Oh.
you came to fight.
How could I not? During the Red Raids, there was only one Karja butcher the Nora feared more than Zaid.
Helis.
I would stand against any army he leads, no matter how strong. For the Nora he terrorized, for myself, and for my father.
We'll stop him. You have my word.
Your word means a lot, especially now. Because of you, I hear the sacred land is opened. If we win, I can go home. It'll be good to see Jan again. I'm with you, Aloy. Until the end.
How many men do you think you'll kill in the battle, Uthid?
Do you remember her?
As many as I have to.
I love it when you say things like that. It's so...
What?
cheerful.
No, do you remember who she is? She is the one that you rescue from the slave catchers. She's the one who I've been waiting to see where she is and what she's doing all game. She's really cool. I'm really glad she's here. I'm glad she's gonna go home. I'm glad she's gonna see her brother.
Like you said, we'll stop Helis cold. Together.
That's who Yan is. That's her brother who tells you to please go find her. And then you track her down because she was going to go try to kill the guy who had killed her father, who was responsible for slaughtering lots and lots of Nora. And he's like, no, I've changed. No, of course I've changed. And then it turns out he hasn't changed. So yeah, that's a whole thing. I'm really glad she's back. I love these shiny guards being scared of Nil. That's just delightful to me. Oh hey, we've got an Oseram. Oh, it's Petra. Of course it's Petra. Who else would have a giant gun ready to shoot things that come this way?
Petra. Here she is, the guest of honor. I knew there was something about you. Hammered from the stuff they make leaders out of. And I don't say that to every Nora girl who blows through my town.
You too. That happens to you a lot?
Had to build a wall to fend them off.
Good thing I'm persistent then.
I've missed our little talks. Murad asked me to look over the city arsenal. These guns have aged well. That runs in the Oseram, no? They were the pride of the Mainspring Forges, so I've taken greater pride in improving them.
Alright, so like... There's... who I would choose as a Horizon Zero Dawn girlfriend. And there's who I think Aloy would choose as a Horizon Zero Dawn girlfriend. And you know, Aloy has good taste, but is there anyone else she flirts so happily with every time she sees her? No. No, there isn't. I mean, it's not just me. That's what we just saw here. These ladies are flirting. Yes, look at Aloy's face right here. Yeah. I'm delighted. I'm delighted.
Can I try one?
Everybody wants a turn. Have at it then. The target should put up a little less of a fight than those bandit raiders did.
Oh man. That's delightful. Oh, I'm so glad. Hold on. I gotta actually do this now. Because this is Aloy's girlfriend.
Make it nice and wide. No need to aim it like a bow.
Oh. Alright, Petra. Well played. Oh. Oh. The Pringles got scared and ran away. I made too much noise. Oh man. Okay, well I'm gonna put it down. Oops. Okay, well I guess that counts as putting it down. Sorry, Petra. Oh man. I love that. No, but see, the thing is, Willow, there's not actually a dating sim element in this game. So it's not necessarily that things need to be open or not open. It's
That's a nice spear, Uthid.
Thank you.
Wait,
I like the way you grip it.
Enough, woman.
where is Uthid? I don't see Uthid. Maybe he's up here? Are they? Oh my gosh. Hello. Oh, here's Uthid. And, oh!
Aloy?
At ease, Uthid. Meridian will be glad to have you on its side. And I am too.
The honor is mine. You saved my epitaph from being a fine soldier but a fool of a man.
I'm hoping you won't need any kind of epitaph just yet.
As the sun wills. When you found me, I was trying to eke out a glorious death. But now, a glorious life seems more preferable. To watch Edelman play in the low gardens again. Still surrounded by a dozen guards, but... what you did, Aloy, it was done well. Although, I can't shake this road, Vanasha. She delights in goading me. Like brazen colors waved before a behemoth.
Do you want me to ask her to stop?
No. I accept it. Well then. Meridian shall stand and shadow shall fall. I swear it.
Here's to that, Uthid.
Some Oseram girl applied to the city guard the other day.
Okay.
Amazing.
So, like, my Horizon Zero Dawn girlfriend of choice is out of the picture for Aloy, and I'm totally fine with that. These two are great.
Little Huntress, you called, so here I am.
Ready to fight?
Fight? I thought you just wanted tea and conversation. Is there a battle coming? I wasn't informed.
Well, that can't be true. You're always informed.
Ah, so I am. We've only met a few times, and yet you know me so well.
I don't think I know you at all. But I'd like to.
When I hear that line, it usually means something else. Can I tell you a secret?
Of course.
I've been waiting for this fight my whole life. The enemy we face today is the same that turned Meridian into a slave pit and Sunfall into a bloodbath. Fanatics who torture and murder mothers, fathers, families, children, and say it's the will of the sun. I hate them, Aloy. I've got the scars of their whips on my back to prove it. And today, we can get rid of them once and for all. I said I came for you, but that was only half the truth. I came for them. This time, they're not getting away.
I'm with you, Vanasha. We'll fight them together.
And I won't forget it, little huntress. Tomorrow, may the sun rise in a better world.
Okay, yeah, so she was one of my favorite, like, small appearance NPCs because she's hilarious, clever. I have a total weakness for witty banter, and she's got that. She's a character archetype that I tend to like very much. She's also really pretty, but
There are no shadows
that was amazing. That was because you don't expect it. Because you know that she kind of takes her job somewhat seriously. You know, for all that she plays, she's very playful when she talks, but you know that she is very serious about her job and what she does. But this is the first time she trusts Aloy when Aloy says, I'd like to know you better. Like I'd like to be your friend. And she trusts Aloy when she says that. So she trusts her enough to be real with her. I had the feeling Vanasha is not real like that with almost anyone. That's not what she does. It's not safe for her. She doesn't feel it's safe. It's not how she chooses to engage with the world. So in a way, what she just did was a gift. Choosing to give her real, full, authentic, emotional self to expose her true self, her vulnerable emotional state. That I don't think is something that many people are privileged enough to experience. Of course, we get some ominous piano here just because I didn't feel I was not sufficiently feeling ominous. Yeah, no, it was really cool because there's a shift. There's a shift in how she talks. There's a shift in how her lines are delivered and how her face is rendered. Just everything. You see the mask that she wears every day slip away for a moment. And it's really effective. And what she's saying is really powerful. I'm really, really glad. I'm really, really glad. Because I really liked both of these characters. It took me a minute to register. I was like, wait, I know his name. I know Uthid. It's the General Leo-ish character. So, yeah.
I'm awake and alert.
The playful banter side is wonderful, but it's really nice to see. So anyway, so she just cemented herself. What I'm trying to get at is that she cemented herself even more as a character that I like vastly disproportionately to the amount of time she spends in the game. She's definitely one of my favorite NPCs. I don't have the same level of emotional attachment to her that I do for those whose stories have made me cry, but I would read that story. I would write that story. Vanasha's definitely a character I would want to write. Hey, wait a minute. Wait, whoa. I thought that they said I guess there are Nora here, but I guess, yeah, I recognized him from the back.
The Sun King's grown too soft.
Aloy, I told you I'd be here.
You did, Teb. But have your wounds even had time to heal?
Honestly, if I fought, I'd probably come undone. But don't worry, I'll leave that to the other Nora at the Spire.
Good.
I brought supplies instead. These Karja have made me an honorary quartermaster, whatever that means.
It sounds impressive.
I could get used to it. We'll be setting up caches of arms and medicine under these banners. Look for them when the fighting starts. Aloy, when you went into the mountain, did the goddess tell you our chances?
She didn't need to. I know we can do this, Teb.
Maybe we can.
It's not what I imagined when I was a boy.
Oh my
It's
god.
decent work keeping the
I
cities.
love Teb. I love Teb so much. I love Teb. I love Teb. I love Teb. I think he's delightful. And yeah, no, May, I agree. The speech wasn't a non sequitur. It was completely, clearly led into by the conversation that they'd had before that. But it's so nice the way you see the mask drop, you hear the mask drop, that change in her when she chooses to trust. Because Aloy says, I would like to be your friend. And she says, essentially, you know, I actually believe you when you say that. And then she opens up. And that's really cool. Yeah, Blue Glass, I think it makes sense to believe that during this period of time, Aloy is like, here's this Mewtwo armor I found. And Teb is like, say no more, and turns it into the actual armor that we wear, because we don't wear straight up Mewtwo armor. We wear Nora plus Mewtwo armor, which makes it even better. So we'll be wearing the Mewtwo armor. I'm so glad that Teb is here.
This place really couldn't be more different to the sacred land.
Couldn't imagine living anywhere
There are
else.
materials like I've never seen in the markets above.
Yeah, you can't take this back. Once the Nora have been out and about, once you've had this kind of interaction between the peoples, like, there's no going back. Congratulations, Aloy.
Watch out for the Oseram merchants. They'll as soon cheat you. as
Elida, I'm pleased to see you, but what are you doing here?
I'm helping prepare for the battle. If a Thrall were here, we would have fought together. I know it. So I'm doing everything I can. Digging battlements, collecting herbs. Anything that makes a difference. I can't take his place. Nothing can take his place. But I'm here for him. For both of us.
I understand what it was he saw in you.
He'll always be with me. Sun and shadow still meet for a moment. Every dawn and dusk. I should give you this. To help in the battle. By the sun, I hope you don't need it.
Thank you, Elida. Be safe.
Okay, sorry, she's one that I recognized immediately upon seeing her. And I'm sorry, I really liked her little story. And I was really surprised to see her. I'm glad. I feel like Aloy's reaction to seeing each of these people is in line with mine, and I think that means they've done a good job of conveying their characters' stories and personalities, so that I'm responding appropriately. Like, I know the characters well enough that when I see her, I'm like, what is the little Karja Noble girl doing here? She's going to get hurt. But she sounds like she's actually found peace. You know, like, she sounds like she's actually managed to reconcile her loss and her life in a really beautiful and profound way that I think is going to stick. And I'm really relieved, because I was very worried about her. So I'm really glad. I'm really glad she's here. This is giving me the closure that I wanted with a lot of these characters. And maybe we won't get to see Itamen, but hearing people talk about him does give me a little bit of closure on that. Also, Jolly Xora, thank you. I'm sorry I didn't greet you immediately. I was busy having feelings about this. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that you enjoy it. Live. I'll do my best to be interesting, but mostly it's gonna be me talking and crying a bunch. RJS, I don't have a PS5, and I have a laptop. So this is a PS4. I do want a PS5 so that I can play the PS5 exclusives, but they're very hard to come by. So unfortunately. I think I must have... I made something really mad out there by shooting Petra's gun. I have no regrets, though. Aloy is so happy with this. Okay. So, like, I'm about to be like, oh, they put some of my favorite NPCs here. I'm so happy. But really, like, they've also kept some of my favorite NPCs for the others. But, like, I'm so thrilled that Nil is up front there, that Nil is here. I'm so glad I spared him. And I like when he's like, well, this is more fun. If one of us died, then we wouldn't be having this fun. So this is great. I'm like, yes, if you don't get killed, you can continue having fun. I mean, granted, his sense of fun is killing people, and that's a problem. So yeah. Oh wait, PS5s are coming in stock sometimes. Well, maybe I'll get one at some point. That'll be a goal, because we need to play Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. So we'll do that at some point. But like, I'm so thrilled because like I'm delighted to see Nil. I'm happy to see this person well enough. Like they're cool and all. But I'm like way more excited to see Nakoa because I've been wondering what's going to happen with Nakoa. She looks so cool. I think last time I saw her, she'd been beaten up, so now we get to see her being her full awesome self, and she looks super cool. And then like obviously like I love these two. I love them a lot. I love him. He's a fantastic character. Then I'm really excited to see her over here. I bet that there would be more friends if I had completed more side quests. But I did not, in fact, complete all the side quests. There were a few that were not. Whee! Not my thing. I guess I'm gonna have to do battle over here and shoot some things. I'm happy to see Petra too. I do really like Petra. The thing is, Petra's a great character, and I can absolutely understand why everyone else loves her. I don't have the emotional investment in her, but I do like her a lot. So... Oh, that's cool, Willow. Well, congratulations to you for getting a PS5 and to the kids for potentially getting a free PS4. Okay, so I've spoken to everybody here. Now it's time to go see the Spire preparations. See how many Pringles I can make angry over there. Oh, there's not an easy... Well, that's fine. We'll go here. Oh, well, you know what? I can just walk. I can hoof it. I can hoof it. It's two. This way. Doop, beep, boop, boop, boop. Oh wait, you think there might be more inside? Let's see. Yeah, I love Petra partly because of her reaction, her interactions with Aloy. I don't see any other friends, and it did show like as though I'd checked out all of the preparations there. But maybe there are more. Cause it's true. The Karja girl. I hadn't talked to her when it thought that I had talked to everyone, so maybe there's someone else here. Yeah, we finally got our leveled up stealth gear. It took me until literally the end of the game to realize I wasn't afraid of bellowbacks anymore and get it. Yeah, I'm not seeing any more friends. Maybe I'm missing friends. But it feels like they want you to explore outside and then go wandering off the other way. Yeah, this just looks like the same as it's always been. So, unless that's a person standing there by the docks. Maybe. No. Oh, I've gotten a few journals, by the way. Shall we read those? Shall we read some journals and then go to the other... Okay, I wasn't sure I was going to make that. We've got some journals to read. Let's do this. Searching for Friends. Yes, God, that's such a good song. All right, let's do this. Let us read the new data points. I added, by the way, some more, oh, there's only one more data point. Yeah, okay. I added some more links, so you can now follow me on more social medias. Since Twitter kind of imploded, I have both Tumblr, which I'm not very good at using, and co-hosts, which I'm more comfortable with. So if either of those is your jam, You can now follow the link, but seriously, I'm luring the flute, like literally everywhere. Well, thank you, Chrono. All right, Sobeck Journal, Halloween, October 31st, 2065. R. Halloween. Travis came by trick-or-treating, dressed up like me. Should have seen that coming. I gave him a half-eaten packet of dandy wafers as a treat and kicked him out, but not before he invited me to some kind of Italian horror extravaganza he organized for ZD staff. Seriously, as though there isn't enough horror in the world already. Anyway, I was already scheduled to fly out here to G Prime for final inspections with Hera's and the President's delegation. Ted was here too, and he was not looking good. Kept fidgeting and couldn't seem to look me in the face without blinking. I was relieved when he boarded his vert and flew back to Thebes. Gag. Though I guess I shouldn't complain. If he wants to build himself a deluxe shelter to ride out the apocalypse, let him. Keeps him out of Elysium and away from me. Hera's stuck around long enough to give me a detailed briefing on the strategic situation. Basically, we've entered the terminal phase. As though the color of the sky when I was flying over here wasn't clue enough. Another 2 or 3 weeks and the atmosphere won't be breathable. The last vestiges of European and West African civ brigades are trapped with their backs against the Atlantic. The swarm that scuttled across Antarctica is crossing the Straits of Magellan, about to start its death crawl up South America toward the Amazon. All the work we did to reconstitute the rainforest, and it comes to this. And advanced elements of the Pacific swarms are already skirmishing with units on the Kalmar seawall. The noose is tightening. Projections show we can still finish in time, but the margin of error is plus or minus 10 days. Not a good spread. If the plague breaks through ahead of schedule, well, it just can't. I will not let that happen. Enough writing. I need to get back to Zero Dawn. I love how this starts with comedy before getting very dark. I love the idea of Travis trick-or-treating dressed as Elizabeth. It's such an "Oh, Travis" moment. It's great. Everything about this first paragraph is hilarious, and it's exactly the levity that you need. It's a good bit of comic relief, and even Elizabeth thinks it's funny. She does. It only comes through a bit, but she does. It's interesting that Ted is beginning to have a breakdown here already. And there's just something really sad about the dramatic the narrative irony in which we know keeps him out of Elysium and away from me. That Elizabeth is relieved about all of this, but we know how that's going to end, and it is not the way Elizabeth thinks it will. And that is it's a beautiful bit of discomfort. Like, you squirm reading that because you know, and they know you know, and they know that you're going to have feelings about this. But it also fleshes out the time that we weren't able to see. Also, I really like this. This is the most time we spend with Elizabeth, and it kind of feels in some ways like we know her because she has some similarities with Aloy. But it's nice to hear her, the way she talks, the things that she thinks about, the details that she notices, the way she describes things, her feelings about and interactions with the people around her. I like all of that. And then this horror right here, and her little her parenthetical side thoughts. Like just all the work we did to reconstitute the rainforest, because that was a big part of her work that she did. She was responsible for helping develop the technology to turn back the pre-apocalypse. And it's so, you can feel the heaviness of it here. And again, because you have that moment of comic relief at the beginning, you lower your guard. So it's not just bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news, and you just know that every time you open up an Elizabeth thing, it's going to be bad news and it's going to be hard. They give you some levity so that they can wallop you, which is fantastic, and a skill that I am working to learn from the games that I play. Repaired file. File damage under repair. Was there another one that... Okay. Okay, so there's the rest of these that are still... Oh, okay. So these are the ones that are under repair. November 19th. Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay, so then we've got January 15th. So like a week before my birthday. Literally. Right here. That's the last one we've got. Just one more. Okay. I'm looking forward to it and dreading it in equal measure because that's going to be a tough, tough, tough read. I just know it because that is right at the apocalypse. I'm curious what they're going to do because there's things that they could do with it. They could have her be hopeful. They could have her be sad. There are many things they could leave us with. But I suspect that they're going to want to leave it as though it is like a final statement. Even if she doesn't mean it as a final statement, I suspect that that's what they're going to want to do with it. Maybe because that's what I would want to do. But I'm looking forward to it. It will be good. Maybe it'll make me cry. Alright, let's see if we can avoid angering stalkers. Because I know there's stalkers on the other side. Down there. But we're just going to go this way, which I think is not the stalker side. So, we'll do this and hope for the best. I was really glad that I had been saying, oh, I don't care as much about the random world data points because they're not really going to tell me things I don't know. And then they're like, here's an emotional one about somebody dealing with the repercussions of war. And then they're like, oh, and here's some showing how another service that might be responsible partially for what went wrong had a similar origin story to Amazon. So that you can think about the world and the world building. And I'm like, man, good job, Horizon Zero Dawn. You are good at this. Oh.
You're the hunter from the Banuk Grove.
I remember you also, Nora. The machines shook free of their slumber after you arrived. Raged and fought.
Well, that wasn't my fault.
No, I'm thanking you. That night, I decided I would not go back to Banur. I would take my hunt into these lands. So many machines, even demons. Spidery, skittering, without the blue light in them. Dead things that must be killed again.
Our enemies dug up an army of them.
Oh!
An army. Yes, that's why I came. Good. I'll wait.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, so she was with the side quest where you find out about the blue light and how that went wrong. And now I wonder whether whatever it was that perhaps caused the separation between Gaia and her processes, if that was responsible for causing the blue lights to fall, those satellites to fall from the sky. That was a really interesting revelation about the world. I feel like I should probably have gone to more of the cauldrons. I feel like there's probably some plot related reason to have gone to the cauldrons, but I didn't. Sorry if that is a disappointment to everyone. But I did not feel compelled to do the rest of the cauldrons, even though they are really cool and really interesting, and there's probably some big reveal at the end that I would have liked. No, I think there's at least 2 I haven't done. There's the one that I went to and unlocked and didn't go into. And then there's one that I haven't been to at all, if I remember correctly. Zeta was the one that I unlocked but didn't go into, if I remember correctly. I think that was the last one, which is why it's being guarded by... Oh, hello!
Talanuh, why are you here?
I'm your hawk. Where else would I be?
Defending Meridian with Avad?
I leave that to the rest of the lodge. I will not stand aside while one of mine fights alone. Not again.
Are you sure you...
You're risking your life for all of us. You can't ask me to stand by and watch. Not when I have the power to change it.
That's fair.
Then I won't ask you.
It's settled. I will fight by your side. My only request...
Name it.
Leave the biggest machine for me.
No promises.
It's so good to see her again.
When you need me, I'll follow your lead.
The thing with Talanuh is that she's a great character and I like her a lot. I'm just not as attached to her as others, but I do like her. Like, I was happy when I saw her. Yes, hello, midriff. I'm still really amused that midriff wound up being the most important character in that storyline. Like, that cracks me up. She's so cool looking. She really is. But no, she's a really good character and she has a lot. She does get a fair bit of development in that we know her story. We know where she comes from. We know why "don't ask me to stand by and let you be killed while I could help" is such an important request for her, because we know that she lost everyone because of that. And I like that. It's good to see her. She says, "I'm your hawk." I'm like, obviously, yes. Yes, clearly. So the true warriors more will be here. Well, that's exciting. I am curious who else is here. And there are probably a bunch of NPCs that I don't have, unfortunately. To my dismay, I did not finish all the stories. So Krona's other girlfriend is not going to be here because I didn't finish her plot. Oh, hello. What are you doing over here?
It rises taller than the highest tree.
These Carja in their frilled armor look like turkeys.
But there are so many. And now we are so few.
They are not our foe. Not this time.
Quiet now. She comes.
The Anointed.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hi. Hi, folks. Hello. Sona. Hi. Oh my god. They've been waiting and watching. They were waiting for Aloy to come.
War Chief Sona.
Mom.
War Chief, you seem uncomfortable.
The Nora do not belong here. I do not belong here. I will fight the metal devil that threatens us all, but my place is in the sacred land. The wrongness here jags at me like an arrowhead.
I'm sorry to put you through this.
Do not be sorry. This will be ended. My spear, my word.
I'm so glad Aloy understands why she feels the way she does, and she doesn't disagree with her or tell her she shouldn't feel that way. She doesn't invalidate her feelings. She recognizes that it hurts Sona to be here, and she's sorry that Sona is hurting. But it also makes perfect sense for Aloy to be or for Sona to be here. Like, she's right. Like, this is a metal devil that threatens us all, and we will all come together to do this. Now, you cannot put the Nora in isolation again after this. It won't happen. There are too many Nora who are open to what they are seeing and the people they are meeting, the experiences that they are having. But I think that the Nora will still be able to retain some of their self-sufficiency, and I don't know.
The Carja do not impress me. To build so tall is to invite the fate of the ancients.
Ah, yes, the Tower of Babel. I love the rest of them just hanging around her. Oh man. Hold on, we got some more friends. We got some more friends. Varl, who are you hanging out with? Okay.
Greetings, Aloy. Don't. You don't need to bow. The Anointed doesn't like it.
She doesn't much like being called Anointed either. It means a lot to have you here, Varl.
I gave my word.
So, Meridian, what do you think?
I've seen many new things since I first met you. I should thank you.
Varl, what's wrong?
You really want to know?
Sister?
All right. I'm in a foreign land, a tainted land, defending a faithless city that looks like nothing I've seen. From something I can't imagine. And you, after all that's happened, all you've done, I feel like I should drop to my knees and worship you, but I know you don't want that.
Boy, things are pretty tough for you, huh? Thanks for telling the other Nora not to bow. It's the last thing I need.
Don't be too hard on them. They only joined this fight because the Anointed bid it so.
Is that why you came?
No. I would have come just to see you one more time. And we must fight a metal devil, because the goddess says Or because you say?
I think the goddess and I are in agreement. We're both glad you're here.
So am I.
That's complicated. That's so interesting because you want to assume that the characters that you like are going to be open-minded and have the feelings.
Your friend, the Vanguard, keeps looking over.
Yeah, I was wondering if he and Erend were going to be interacting. Like, you want to believe that, like, oh, well, my friends will understand that it's important for them to interact. My friends will see that there's wonders in the world outside of the embrace. So it's great to have Varl, who is, like, one of the Nora that we are most connected to, that we know the best, that we have the most emotional attachment to, that he is deeply uncomfortable with everything here. Because he is still a true believer despite it all. And yet, even though he is a true believer and Aloy very much is not, she still likes and respects him, and he still cares so much about her. They have a closeness. To me, it doesn't feel like it's a romantic closeness, but it does feel like they have a closeness. And he is really conflicted because he doesn't know how to reconcile Aloy and the Anointed. And he's really struggling with that, but he's not going to let his struggle get in the way of helping somebody he cares about and doing the right thing to protect the world because he trusts her. And I respect that. But it is really neat that they make Varl not happy to be here. Because when we were in the other section, the Nora that were there, like Teb is like, whoa, this is kind of cool, you know? And so it kind of primes you to think, oh, maybe all of my friends are going to be friends with all of my other friends. But Sona and Varl are both so uncomfortable here. Also, I just realized that Sona and Varl have the same kind of, the same blue paint.
Not getting any cooler.
It must be their something about their family. So I think I see, and I'm wondering if this is my friend, the priest.
O great sun, how does your gaze fall? In approval or approach? Turn our heads with your daily pilgrimage, from the east where we came, to the west where only you may go. You grant cold metal the warmth of life, and let the machines bask in your great shining. For you, the shadows shrink and part and gather again only at your allowance without form. Your eyes, the day, your ears, the priests, your lips, the radiant Sun King, as there was before and will be again, your light.
Oh, that was beautifully written. Also, I love your ears, the priest. That shows that the priest's role's in his eyes. The priest's role is to listen to what the people have to say and listen to what the sun has to say.
Namman, I should have known if there was going to be a sun priest here, it would be you.
I'm so glad.
And if the Sun King had allowed outlanders to set foot upon the Elite, this Aloy could only be you. I wish the circumstances were different. Or that the Psalms of the Sun could give you peace of mind. But if you'll allow me one pontification.
Go ahead.
You've shown strength and compassion. Our enemy's only a desperate hate. Both sides claim the blessing of the sun. But the sun that I pray to, it would bestow it upon yours.
You know, Namman, I'm already under some pretty heavy divine pressure, but I'll try to live up to it.
The tribes united against Shadow. How could that not be the sun's will?
I'm really glad he's back. I liked him and his side quest quite a bit, actually. And yes, Blue Glass, this is definitely the theme of Moonlit Night section of a Suikoden game right here. For anyone who hasn't played a Suikoden, that's usually the night before the big battle. You go around and you talk to everybody. And you get to see conclusions to people's plots, interesting moments in characters' relationships with each other, things that they have to say to and about you.
So who are these guys? They call themselves the Eclipse.
What does that even mean?
It's when the moon gets in front of the sun, idiot.
Is that supposed to sound scary or something?
I don't know. They used to be Karja. Karja are always yammering about sun and shade.
Well, if they used to be Karja, how tough can they be?
Yeah, they're best guys, just like birds.
we'll rip their little feathers off.
Let's not get cocky, boys.
A little bit of levity. Again, we could use it. I love that Erend's guys are just a bunch of dorks. What does the eclipse even mean? He's like, oh my god, guys, don't you know anything? Alright. Hello, mutton chops.
Aloy. So here we are again, gearing up for a fight. Only this time it sounds like the bad guys have a lot more firepower. What are we up against, really?
I'm not sure. But there's gonna be a lot of them, and they'll have machines. And if they get past us, it's not just Meridian that will fall. The rest of the world will go with it.
That's big. It sounds like our kind of fight. Right, guys? Well, where do they put the Vanguard?
At the front of the line!
And why?
Steel before iron!
And what are we gonna do?
Hit them like a hammer till they can't hit back!
Damn right! You hear that? Nobody's getting past the Vanguard. We're here for Meridian. And we're here for you.
Thank you, Erend. Ursa would be proud.
Well, only if we win.
What kind of machines have they got?
Big, ugly ones. From the ancients. Ugly and ancient? Like your mother? Worse, like your wife.
That's enough. This is what I have to deal with.
Alright, Erend. Oh man. Oh man. Erend. Well, we have one more final data point. You ready for that? This one's gonna be rough. We just had our moment of levity. We just had some comic relief. We got to laugh with Erend and his boys. I'm sorry, but those folks, those are the people that you refer to as the boys. Like, I'm sorry, but Erend and his boys, they're boys. They're not men, they're boys. That's just, they're the boys. They're gonna get into some trouble, like the boys do. So we had a little bit of levity, which was nice. It's good. I'm honestly glad that we got to have some comedy there. Kind of mixing it up, and it feels right, and Erend still has his little moment, but there's also not too much of a moment, because like things are kind of awkward, you know. All right, so when January 15th 2066, repaired 1 week before my birthday. This is right at the end of the world. Such a close thing. It's been, what, 43 hours since Harris warned me? Said collapse of the eastern line was imminent, swarms launching some kind of pincer maneuver via the Wichita salient. 5 or 6 days more, and I think Gaia could have launched without our help. I really do. We had to scramble. ZD became a madhouse, absolute bedlam, every team rushing to stabilize code and lock it down as Gammas got evacuated, then Betas. Once Gaia was on her way, I gathered the Alphas together to give them the bad news. Felt like I was going to throw up. But they already knew, of course. They knew the work wasn't really finished. Close, but not quite there. Still tests to run, kinks to smooth, work to do. So they accepted it. No Elysium for us. We'll spend the rest of our lives here, testing and polishing each subordinate function to perfection. Guess that's what you'd get when you recruit a bunch of obsessive perfectionists. Managed not to cry until I got back to my office. So here we are, setting up Gaia Prime, and yeah, such a close thing. Makes me feel nauseated all over again when I contemplate how the fate of life could hinge on coincidence. If I'd never proposed the Lightkeeper protocol, there never would have been living spaces constructed here. If I'd abandoned the protocol sooner, the necessary life support systems never would have been installed. If. At least we won't have to endure the creepiness of raising and training clones of ourselves. The genetic material was never processed out of the cradle sites, so it's not even possible, for which I'm glad. I really, really wouldn't want to spend time around a young Travis Tate raised by a Travis Tate. No, it'll be up to us to perfect Gaia, one generation only. Update. That was General Harris. The salient has collapsed. USRC expects to be overrun in 2 days, which gives us 72 hours at best to lock down and seal up. Buried alive, for life's sake. I'll go tell the others. This perfectly slots into, we've seen right before this and we've seen right after this. They've done a very good job picking the points that we get to see Elizabeth's journal, because we've seen her frantically packing up, knowing that things have gone wrong when she's and Gaia's like, what's going on, and Aloy's like, not Aloy, Elizabeth is like, you know, we've got to go, we've got to do this, sorry. And she's freaking out a little bit, like, did we do it right, did we do it wrong, second guessing herself. And Gaia says, I have faith in you, essentially. And then we see afterwards, like, we've seen what happens when they get to the space that would have been the Lightkeeper. I thought I was wondering what the Lightkeeper was. You can tell from the context when you hear about the Lightkeeper protocol earlier. It's just enough to make you think that's why you have the genetic material for Elizabeth to create Aloy with. But I wasn't quite sure what it was. I was like, is this going to be a future... like, did they all decide they wanted to have an Elizabeth just in case? But no. So the idea was that they were going to have clones of themselves, and they would train another generation of clones of themselves to finish the work, and then potentially have another generation of clones to finish that work, maybe. But I think at that point, you would be too far removed in telephone. You couldn't be sure that they weren't going to screw it up. But you can have one set of clones that you raise okay, theoretically. Maybe. I don't know. It seems like a bad idea. But it's neat because it makes sense also as like why they would have proposed it and initially started the plan. But it also makes sense why they would have abandoned that plan. And then it is convenient. It lets them be able to do this. And I love... And this is something that's so fascinating, and I think I've talked about this before, but humor me if I repeat myself on this. When you have fate, the gods, deities, something like that involved, whether it's because your characters strongly believe in it or it's actually factually, provably part of the world in a way that we, the audience, can witness. As the writer creating the story, you have to work out a few things for yourself about how fate works. When you have something in which some characters think that there is fate, but we know that what they think is fate is not actually fate, such as the goddess or the sun in this game. You have an atheist but humanist... I'm sorry, because I would say this would be an atheist perspective, but also just the game is so overwhelmingly just like incredibly grounded in humanism. It is a very humanist game in the best possible way, that I have to say when I say that it has an atheist perspective, that it is a humanist. Like, I have to follow that up because that's just fundamentally what it is. And so it is the people that save the day. It is the people that save themselves, the people that save each other. It is the love for people and the love that people feel for each other. And it's not just people as in humans. I think something that we can go ahead and assume here. I'm going to call Gaia a person, because I think for all intents and purposes, everything that we've seen so far has indicated that she does, in fact, meet the requirements that the chocolate box log calls into question. You know? And so ultimately what saves the world when the worst of humanity destroys it again and again is the love of humanity's child for humanity. It's Gaia having love for Elizabeth. And yet, something that people have pointed out that may be a criticism is, you know, Gaia can control that Aloy will be birthed, but she has no power to ensure that anyone will find Aloy at all, let alone that Aloy will be raised, let alone that Aloy will be raised to adulthood by someone who instills in her the values to step up and do whatever is necessary to protect the world, and the skills to do so. So there's a lot of if, in that one section of the story alone, there's a lot of that. Not to mention what Elizabeth is saying here, because things in the Gaia project go awry, because things are not going, because the timeline is accelerated. The only reason they're able to make things work for as long as they do is because of this other thing that they had done and abandoned. And if they hadn't done this and they hadn't done that. Now, one might say potentially like they could have gotten Gaia up and running or something like that without their involvement, and Ted wouldn't have been able to delete what he deleted. So, you know, maybe it would have worked out better. I don't know. But even with the preparation work that they've done, there are so many points at which things could have gone like irrevocably wrong. Just completely off the rails with the slightest push in the wrong direction. And so in a way, you kind of have to accept, if you are writing a story, if you're writing a story that has fate as part of it, and fate being called into question, and the gods being called into question, and yet you have these things happening, like you kind of have to ask yourself, do I, as the person writing the story, regardless of what anyone within the story or playing the story will think or experience or learn, do I, the creator of this story, feel that there is a divine hand or some equivalent of a divine hand, perhaps the spirit of the planet, truly influencing things to try to make this happen? Do I really think it is just a series of grand coincidences that made this story possible? I don't know, and I honestly can't say what the people who wrote Horizon Zero Dawn intended with that, but I think that that's a question you have to ask yourself. There's a story that I was writing that has something happening in it, and is the story that was my master's thesis, and so my thesis advisor, my mentor, reading over this and talking to me about this was like, you know, it's awfully coincidental in a way that you have this character who happens to be the one that this thing finds its way to, just randomly happens to be this one person that it happens to be a really good fit for. Anna, how is that? And I was like, I don't know, maybe it is fate, maybe it is souls. And my mentor was like, you can't mix magic in with your science fiction. And I was like, no, you can. And so we talked about it a bit, and he was like, if you're going to do this, you should probably actually put fate into part of the story. You need to blend it, basically. He was like, you can't just shove it in there and have it not fit. You need to make your world such that it blends. So in the case of that actually got me thinking, because I was raised in an atheist agnostic household, religion was not an element of my upbringing. It was not an element of my life. And so I filled in certain voids, in my own imagination and my own worldview, largely taken from fiction that I read, and things like that. That's where swearing allegiance to Artemis comes in. It's part of it. But as a result, I don't tend to think about the religious backgrounds and beliefs of people in stories that I write or worlds that I build. And that's a question you should probably ask yourself, because most societies have something, even if that something is a nothing, that nothing is a presence instead of an absence, if that makes sense. But that's a blind spot for me. It's also like I have a similar issue with adding sexuality to characters a lot of times, just because as somebody on the ace spectrum, that doesn't necessarily occur to me right off the bat. And so it's not that you And so in the case of this, like, what my mentor was saying is not that you can't put magic into science fiction, but it's kind of like taking a pile of curry powder and throwing it into your chocolate lava cakes. That's probably not going to work. However, if you incorporate cinnamon intentionally into chocolate, that will work. Does that make sense? And that's what he was saying, was that I needed to be more intentional about blending it. And so he was like, what you should do is you should make it so that magic feels like it can be part of this world. If souls are a part of what you're doing here, then you should pave the way for souls. And asking because I hadn't bothered to think about what the religious background of this setting would be until I got there. And so I did, and actually made the story dramatically better, incredibly better. But yeah, cinnamon works extremely well. So, and cayenne, a pinch of cayenne though, a little goes a long way. Cinnamon and chocolate go very, very well together. They're a classic combination, especially in hot chocolate. Put a pinch of cinnamon, maybe a little tiny bit of ginger. Next time you make hot chocolate, you'll thank me. And yeah, Danny, that's what I do. I am a writer, and so I talk about stories and games from the perspective of a writer. As somebody I have an MFA in creative writing, and so that's what I'm referencing here. And yes, as Corona has just linked to, you can read my fanfic is the only story of mine that is freely available on the internet. Maybe someday I will have more books and things available for you to read, but right now that's what I've got. So if you want to read the things, they are there. But yeah, I've gone really far afield here. Yeah. But all that to say, like, and so in the case of that story, like, asking that question, bending the story and the setting to incorporate that and make the flavors meld better was better for the story. It was better for the setting. It was better for the characters. It brought everything to life. And it also means that now, if my answer, the characters don't need to know this, but my answer as the writer is something to do with the souls of these people. The soul of this was drawn to the soul of that, and that was part of how these two things wound up connected. It feels right. Something feels right. This game is straight up pointing out the coincidences. Just straight up saying how maddening it is. And it is maddening, the level of coincidences that it takes for things to go right. Like, you imagine endless parallel universes in which all of these things went wrong and nothing happened, and then we just have this barren, empty planet of death forever. I don't know. It's interesting. But also there is nothing in this story to make you think that there is some divine hand intervening. There is only questioning the coincidence of things, but that happens in real life too. And so perhaps you bring your own belief system to it. I don't know. As somebody pointed out in chat, this maneuver versus the Wichita salient, the Wichita salient is actually the first people we hear about. Which makes sense, like, we're all in the same part of the world because they picked this place because this would be presumably a place that would be rather late in the swarm's attacks. But that is a nice little way of tying it back, tying the ending back to the beginning, isn't it? It's a very good decision on their part, which maybe then prompts you to say, oh, I've heard that before. And then you go and you look at some of those data points and you maybe haven't, if you're not obsessive like me, maybe you haven't revisited those since the beginning of the game. And now you look at them with a new perspective and are like, oh, I see what's happening. These acronyms mean something. These people have context. Everything that I'm reading about, I understand now. It's really neat. It's really neat here. That's, I think, part of what they've done here is invite you to go back around and do that, which is what we did with the viewpoints at the end. I'm not going to read every single data point and talk about every single data point with you again, unless you really, really want to. But it's really interesting. I'm very interested. And I like what they're doing. And I like how things go wrong, but not in the ways you think that they're going to go wrong. It's just fascinating. 5 or 6 days more and Gaia could have launched without our help, but they couldn't now. All right. I love that she has this antagonistic relationship with Travis Tate. Everybody has an antagonistic relationship with Travis Tate. You know? But he's really good at what he does, and ultimately he's not the one responsible for things being destroyed. And, you know, maybe something that he did in Hades is going to wind up saving the day. I think that would be a really neat little twist. A little twist, not a big twist. But if there was something that Travis Tate did in the creation of Hades that results in us being able to save the world, I would love that. Because you assume that Travis is, if anyone's to blame, it's going to be Travis, you know? And that it's not. It'd be neat. It'd be neat if we owe everything to Travis and his terabytes of porn. Yes, that's right, Danny. I like that. Oh man, I am a little disappointed myself for not having gotten more of these, but whatever, that's fine. I think I did pretty well. Overall, I've done pretty well. Okay, yeah, so I've only done 2 cauldrons. That leaves 3 undone, I believe. I think there's a total of 5. But I did all the bandit camps. Some of the corrupted zones, there's probably a plot related to that I didn't do. I did get all the tall necks. I don't even know what the unknown activity is, so clearly I have not done everything there is to do here. But I've scanned a lot of machines. Got all the vantage. Did not get all the metal flowers, or all the ancient vessels, or all the Banuk figures. But I've done okay, I think. Yeah, I'm missing a single ancient vessel, and quite a few of the metal flowers, actually. Alright, so we have now done everything there is to do. And I believe we have spoken to all of the friends there are to speak to. Here. So it's just the Nora and the Oseram up here. Wait, are there more people I haven't spoken to yet? Wait, are these... Is this where Erend's boys are? Yeah, it's Erend and his boys. Sorry, that's what they're called. I came up here and I wondered, I was like, what are they going to do here? What is going to happen here? What is the significance of this going to be? Yeah, the Frozen Wilds, I was going to do that, but I realized I'm about to be out of town for a while, so I figured I would just beat this game so that I don't have to bring my PS4 with me for the holidays. But I will give Frozen Wilds a spin. I'm gonna play a different game when we get back though. I'm thinking about Paper Mario Thousand Year Door and Disco Elysium being the 2 games that I play. So I think that's everything there is to do here. I think that's everyone to speak to here. I think I'm going to go teleport back to Meridian. Thousand Year Door is a GameCube game, but I have a Wii which I think will play GameCube games. So I think that's what I'm planning on doing. Otherwise, I guess I might have to yar har har a little bit. Okay, it's very hard to come by the game itself, unfortunately, but I think I might have a friend I can borrow it from. Yeah, you do need the classic controller, but I think that's a little easier to come by, I think. So that's what I'll be doing. One of the things I'm going to do when I'm in Texas, perhaps, is see if I can track those down, you know? See if I can find everything I need to. Alright. Yes, damaged pile repaired. Wii is just an overclocked GameCube with a motion sensor. Why, I suppose so. So it's interesting that we're going to Olin's place. I liked Olin's story. I liked having the option to spare him and then immediately go rescue his family. Like, to me, that was very satisfying.
Olin's apartment feels empty. Should I sleep? Did I leave anything unfinished?
That's a good question. Alright, is there anything else that I absolutely must do? Because I feel like otherwise I'm just gonna go onward. I mean, she would probably be here if I finished this. Something here would probably result in something. I don't know. These are the only 3 that I have available. And then this one right here. Yeah, hold on just a sec. Beep, 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 beep. Oh man, Skies of Arcadia. Now that's a game that is near and dear to my heart. Although it's been years since I've played it. With my sister, we played the Dreamcast version together. All right, the chat hat is out. Yes or no? Is there? And you may consult amongst yourselves in the stream spoilers channel on Discord if you wish to. Knowing what you know of me, is there anything else that I want to do before proceeding onwards to the end of the game? My roommate was like, I don't think you have like a full stream's worth of stuff left. And I was like, you haven't seen me in action. Do not underestimate my ability to take a while. Oh man. For anyone who doesn't know, the chat hat here indicates that chat is actually allowed to answer questions instead of my questions being rhetorical. I will ask people to answer either yes nor questions like that, if I'm looking for a hint, I will ask for it in the form of a haiku. We call them hint-kus. It keeps you from straight up telling me what to do because it has to be a haiku or else. That's a fair point. Make a backup save, also known as poison saves. We should do that. Yes. Campfire. Oh man, they've got the choir. I do like the singing. The singing is good. Wait, is there a quest for me to turn in? Whose quest am I supposed to turn in? What? Oh, that's the rest before the final battle, I assume. Oh, I missed it. It's up here. Man, I do love the singing. It's so beautiful. I mean, I know I won't be locked out of anything, but is there anything else that I will want, that I want to do that I've forgotten about? Hello, Oseram. I feel like it's probably time for me to just go on and do this. All right, where am I going? Here's where I'm going.
Where are they coming from? The west? The jewel?
Okay. I think I'm going to go on. Okay. We're going to do this. Okay. It is interesting, isn't it, coming back here after all this? I wonder if there's something for me to look at. Since we're here, let's go back down into the basement. His secret lab. I never did fully understand what all of the music means. Like, I feel like this means something's on my tail, but... Alright. And onward, we're going to, It's interesting to be in Olin's place. It really is. Yeah. Lovely. Good times. We broke that. And then we pushed stuff again in Meridian. We pushed an explosive. Alright, we're gonna rest before the battle. And I'm really curious if anything is going to happen. If this is just a way... Oh, look at that. That's a Stormbird. That's pretty. That mosaic. I'm wondering if this is going to just be a way to signal that you're done, or if something is going to happen in her sleep, if she's going to have a vision of some sort or something. I'm really curious. Mewtwo armor. Yeah, I suppose we could get dressed now. Sorry, I just deafened you. I mean, I can also always put stuff in, put stuff on in the battle. Then, do I need to modify anything? Oh, it will look cool in cutscenes. No, that's true. And I guess there will be cutscenes. All right, let's see. I think my modifications are good. I clearly have used my ropecaster a lot. I think I'm good. I mean, basically, what else do you need? Nothing. You need nothing else. It's the best bow. Hold on. Before we do anything else, Let us make sure before... Okay. Whew. We're good. I've run out of wire at key points a few times. Actually, maybe we should make... Maybe I should fill up. Oh, I have so many unopened boxes. I have so many unopened boxes. Like... I mean, it's all stuff I can't take, but... It's all traps that I can't take. And rocks. And more traps. Oops. Oh, was that a stealth weave? That was a bad one, wasn't it? Oh, I missed this one. Oh, look, it's another piece of wire. That's excellent. That might make the difference. Special items. Banuk. Resources. I think we're good, honestly. What did I get? Oh, a behemoth lens. Oh, that's probably useful. But it doesn't give me stealth armor, so I don't care. A stalker heart. That's also probably useful. And a strider heart. That's somewhat less exciting. We're good. Okay. All right. I've got everything. I've made my full bunch of stuff. I might as well make some of these. Just in case. You never know. You know? There we go. Okay. We're all geared up. Because I don't think I'll need these. You never know. Just in case. Alright. I think we're pretty full. I think we're ready to go. I think we're gonna do this time for real. I'm gonna turn this up. Alright. They make it clear. They're like, this is the end of the game. Are you ready for the end of the game? I have spent 2 hours doing basically nothing. That's not true. A lot of talking and thinking, and oh, there goes my light. All right, you ready to do this? Chrono is ready to do this. He's all psyched and ready to go. All right, folks. Ignore that. You can, okay. We can do, hold on. Hold on. Oh my god, Blade Tiger, are you sure you wish to delete Hades.exe? That's amazing. Well, how's this? Why don't we start a new tradition? Pull out the new emote. Let's do it. Let's be ready to take this. Unless we have another emote that is a better fit, but I think that one will do. We're going into battle, folks. For anyone who doesn't know, this is a new emote of my cat Sophie wanting to murder the Christmas tree. Oh man. Alright, we're gonna ride into battle with Sophie's violence in our hearts. Beautiful. Oh my god, Blade Tiger, beautiful. Let's do it.
Could you sleep, Elizabeth, with a weight like this pressing on you? How did you, Rost, after you lost your family? Sylens? Are you there? Guess I shouldn't ask ghosts for advice.
All allies allies joined. Oh.
Ma'am, there are signs from the west. Sun King Avad awaits you at the Temple of the Sun.
The face of extinction. He looks so serious. Like the expressions are so complicated, not just simple.
Campfires, perhaps? Massing forces for the long march to the city gates?
No.
That's not red smoke.
Then what is it?
Blaze.
The end. Or how it begins, anyway.
We saw some of this when they went into the embrace. Or at least we saw the aftermath.
The Deathbringers you spoke of?
To the guns! To the guns! Now!
By the sun, do as she says! Set loaded! All of you, be ready to fire! Will the guns hold them back?
That's such an Elizabeth answer. Oh god. I thought they were going to destroy Meridian earlier.
Helis!
No! Rally the vanguard. Send reinforcements.
Aloy, no!
We need those guns!
He will cut you down!
Not this time!
All right.
You have vexed me long enough.
Should have fought me in a sun ring then.
Oh, wrong arrows.
Why do you fight?
Oh, look at that! Salsa barrels!
Don't give up yet.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Oh, jeez.
Can't let him in close.
Oh, shoot. Okay, okay. All right, Aloy. All right, all right. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot.
Accept it. Accept your weakness.
Get out of there, Aloy. Get out of there. Jeez. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
The endless night awaits you.
Oops. I missed that. Should not have missed that.
If the Deathbringers keep firing, this bridge will go.
I know. I'll take out the Deathbringers. I gotta take out the dudes first.
Meridian must run red to be cleansed.
The music is really cool, though.
He's quick.
Yeah, he is. Okay, one more guy dead. Okay. Oh, shoot. Well, that's no good.
Blocked again.
Shoot.
He's quick.
I'm pretty sure that I should be using these barrels to my advantage, but hey, they set themselves on fire. Nice. Oh, shoot! Okay. Shoot. Okay, at least Sylens' spear is very dramatic. Oh, shoot! Okay, get out of here, Aloy. jeez.
He's too dangerous and close.
Yes, I know, Aloy, I know.
It's giving way!
Oh shoot, there's a time limit and I got stuck on the salsa barrel.
What are you before the terror of the sun?
The one who will take you down!
Jeez. Oh jeez. The fact that my arrows half the time don't do anything.
I am chosen.
No, you're not.
You came from nothing.
Actually, that is not correct, sir. Oops. Perhaps I should set you on fire. How does that feel? No? No?
Keep him away.
I'm trying, Aloy.
You will die on nothing.
Blocked again.
Jeez.
A savage cannot understand destiny.
This is not very effective. Oh, jeez.
Your fate was set.
I'm not gonna do this. Nope. Oh, shoot. Shoot, he's setting things. I'm trying to set you on fire. Stop setting me on fire. This is against the rules.
Die beneath the sun.
Oh, jeez, Aloy. I know, honey. I know, but he keeps running. Oh, jeez. And that's it's a worthy trade. Oh, shoot. That's getting to be too much, though.
He's quick.
I'm just gonna tick away at him. Oof. Jeez.
Blocked again. He's quick. Blocked again.
I'm chosen. This was not meant to be.
None of this was meant to be, Helis. You made it happen. Followed your orders, butchered so many, and for what? To die on your knees, used like a pawn by a power you don't even understand?
You pity me?
That's what makes me human.
Face to the sun.
Oh, Aloy. God.
I'd have to ditch something.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna take a moment to ditch stuff. Oh my god. Okay, so that is like the most Aloy answer that she could possibly have done. I'm just... And she's so... Even to him, even then, she's not dehumanizing, even then. And that's part of what makes her so outstanding as a character and as a person, you know? I admire Aloy greatly as a character and as a person. She is somebody that one could look up to very easily. We're going to do some leveling up. We're going to gather some stuff. Oh, I guess there was a gun here. Well, whatever. You could sell that, I suppose, if you want to. Oh, right. Healing potions. Well, I'm very glad that I have the Mewtwo armor because I'm pretty sure I would have died at least once otherwise. I probably should have used I probably should have used the salsa barrels. Hold on. Oh, look at this. There's just arrows everywhere. Oh yeah, they've given you a lot of this. Hold on. Just out of curiosity, let's see what happens if I... Yeah. Should have probably done that. Those are blaze, actually. So they are actually, in fact, exactly what I refer to as salsa barrels. Because they're usually red, not green. Yeah, I guess that was my playstyle, huh? I guess so. Okay, hold on. We're going to use a skill point. Strike from below is probably not going to come up much. Triple shot. I'm not very good at using double shot, but I think that triple shot is a better use for me. Salsa barrels are cool on Taco Tuesday. Okay, use R1 while aiming to notch an additional arrow. I suspect that I've done this once or twice before, so I suspect it's going to come up again. Okay, hold on. Before we do this, we're going to make some more arrows because we should have more arrows. All right, now I have to get where I'm going. I probably should have used potions instead of like... It's fine. It's fine. I like that there's just barrels of arrows here too, to make it believable that you could just grab arrows as you go. And I guess I could have grabbed this thing and shot him, but I didn't because I never use those. Okay, I'm gonna have to breach the door. Okay. Barrows, that's funny, Chrono. Alright, we're gonna turn the volume back up. That was exciting. I love Aloy's compassion. The fact that she says turn your face to the sun. Like, it's just that frankly, she's got the moral high ground there.
Got too much already.
Oh, I should definitely have those yellow potions. Those are good. Oh, is this not... Oh, that's not where I needed to go? Oh, I bet that I'm gonna go down the yellow thing then. Well, that's fine. That gave me a yellow potion. Yellow potions are useful. I will try to use... Oh, shoot! Okay. Now what? How do I go to the ridge? Maybe this is not it? How do I go to... Oh, look at that. Okay, hold on. Hold on. There's a thing. There's a thing. Hold on. We gotta do this. We're gonna do this. I'm not very good at finding my way around. Did I get this one already? No. They're like, hey, you could make some potions. I could. Hold on. Crafting. Craft some potions. Here we go. Yeah, that's what we needed. Okay, sweet.
Might need this.
I always forget that things exist, so I don't use the guns. I can't use them very well. Okay, so we're good. What happens if I do this? Where does this go? Oh, this is just... Oh, okay. Fine. Alright. I might be defeated by... Because it shows this, but then is there a way down? Oh, look at that. There is. Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can do this without dying. Oh, yes, we can. Okay, excellent. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no.
Where do you need me?
Oops, wrong button. Wrong button. Okay, hold on.
Gotta get to another platform.
Oh, I can't hit it from here. Okay, hold on. At least Aloy said gotta get to another platform, so I assume that means... Well, it's fine. Oh, shoot. Oh, I should probably use the cannon. They want me to use the cannon. I'm gonna use it badly. Oh no, we're good. We're good.
Time to go.
Gonna continue taking doing as much damage to it as I possibly can. That's gonna kill me soon, but maybe I can kill it before it kills me. Okay, sweet. I don't know what you are, but you're going down. You. Somebody's over there. I'm gonna take out. Yeah, you. Okay, who else am I? Where are my other bad guys? Where's the south? What does that even mean? Oh, there's, oh, hello. Oh, it's a fire bellowback. Cool, bellowbacks. I gotta take out as much of it as I can. Oh, jeez, you. I can't let you kill my friends. I can't let you kill my friends. Oh, there's more over here. Oh, I see. I know it's firing on me, but I'm firing on it, okay? Look.
Stay down. It's taking a shot at me.
Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Just don't kill my friends. I'll be fine. I've got the Mewtwo armor. Just don't kill my friends. Just don't you dare kill my friends. I will not stand for it.
Here it comes.
Nope. Okay, hold on.
Chance to catch a breath and prepare.
Okay. All right. Medicinal salve brush. Okay, we'll take that. Phew. I hope my friends are okay. Oh, hold on. There's a full health potion I could use.
Raise arms again.
West. That's this side. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go back here. Don't you dare. Don't you dare kill my friends. Don't you dare. Don't you. Oh, shoot. Don't you dare. Okay, hold on. You. That should take care of it, yeah. Hello, you. I see you. I see you. I'm not gonna light up. Oh, shoot! Oh, hello. Shoot. Jesus. Jesus, I hate these guys. I hate these guys so much. To be fair, this game did give me the option to learn how to do this better. Oh, shoot! Oh my god. Where are you? Okay, hold on. Oh, jeez. I'm fine, I'm fine. My Mewtwo armor's doing a lot of work here. Oh, jeez. It makes you really feel what the USRC must have been like, you know? Can you imagine? Civilians facing off against these guys? Yeah, I know, incoming. I know, believe me, I know. I should probably heal.
Gotta get to another platform.
No. Oh, Jesus! Are you serious?
Time to go.
Jeez. Okay, you've got that one. Okay, I'm gonna have to I have to get to another platform though. Jesus. Where are you? Where are you? Shoot! Jesus. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna be swearing a lot here. Okay, hold on. Oh, jeez. Okay, hold on. Get the awesome cannon. Sorry, I realize I might not be the most exciting person to watch right now, but... Jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, you. Oh my god, oh my god. Is it down? Is it down? It's down, it's down. Okay, you! Don't you dare kill my friends. I'm gonna stop you. Oh my god, there's another one right over there. Fortunately, this one stopped moving, but this one right here. Jeez. There's so many. Like... What chance do we even stand, you know? Incoming? Oh, right, that. Meaning it's shooting at me, whatever. As long as it's not coming here. God, do you see the woods are burning? The woods are burning, just like the Nora embrace. That was, by the way, a very good preview of things to come. To see the aftermath. Jesus. They're just gonna take out Meridian. This is not what I thought when I thought they were gonna take out Meridian earlier. Aloy. Come on. Come on. Is it corrupt? It's corrupted. I just, of course it's Hades is controlling it.
Aloy. Aloy. Aloy.
Tab.
My all mother, you survived. I thought you were killed.
The others, are they?
No. Wounded, but alive, mostly. The machines blasted through, then kept going.
Yeah, they're going to the spire.
They marched on the spire, dragging that thing with them.
Take care of the others, Tab. I've gotta go.
Oh, that's Hades. Oh, jeez. Oh, I was out of hell, huh? Jesus. But where? Following that. Okay. I'm sorry, Meridian. God. Just... There's... Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Face their true sun.
No, you don't. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. No. think it's dead.
Not enough fight in this one.
To think I almost missed this. But where you must go now, I can't follow.
Another victory for the Sundom.
Thanks, Neil. Honestly, thanks.
Take the fight to the spire, Aloy. Meridian will hold, or my marks of honor mean nothing.
It manages to be intense without being too much, if that makes sense. But where? Did I go the wrong way? No. Like, you can see that your friends are okay. Jeez. Where are you? I don't know who you're fighting, but...
This is it.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't know what you're doing. Wait, okay. Oh, it was a Banuk! Oh! Oh, she had turned one of them. Oh. I think. Hello. Glad to see you. Not you, Firekill Nerd. Not glad to see you. Never glad to see you. I guess we'll take what we can from this and see if there's anything. A little wire. Not a bad thing. Oh, is this healing? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Oh, you can see dead people. Okay. At this point, you know this countryside, you know? At this point, you know these people. But it's almost unrecognizable. Fortunately, we can still come back from this. I know we can, you know?
It's begun.
No.
Hades is transmitting.
No, 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 no. Go, Aloy, go, 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 Aloy, go, go, go. Stop. No, 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 no. The Nora aren't going to stand a chance against that. I mean, I guess they can set it on fire. Wait, what is that? Oh no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, 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 no.
It must have gotten through the defenses.
No, 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 no.
Erend's vanguard. I have to get up there.
Did I take too long? Did I take too long to fight?
Gotta keep going. Keep pushing. I knew this wouldn't be easy. So no holding back.
Because you know that they're not going to stop with the tree leaves. They're not going to stop with the plants, and those are my friends out there, and even if they weren't, nobody deserves that. Oh no you don't. Oh no you don't. Hello.
Aloy!
They're alive.
It's Aloy! Well, you can see that.
We thought you'd fallen at the ridge.
No, the ridge fell on me. Look, there isn't a lot of time left. I have to face Hades.
Not alone.
It's my fight. I can't ask you to come with me.
We were about to go over the top anyway, right? Right.
Oh, they're
Hawk
friends.
and Thrush, let's go.
They're all
I
here.
should stock up.
Yeah. They're like, by the way, this is your last chance to get stuff, so make sure you've got stuff. Oh, do you hear the music? With its, little bit of wrongness. God, he's so cool looking. They're so cool looking. My friends here are all very cool looking. Alright, hold on. We're gonna just take one moment just to make sure that everything is as it should be. What am I looking at? Oh, skill points. Skill points. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I just strike from below. I don't know. I don't know. Combat override. I don't care. I don't care about it. We can take this just in case. Maybe. There's nothing else to do. We might as well. Watch this save me. Aloy doesn't want her friends to die. She cares about these people. You saw how upset she was at the thought that they had fallen and how relieved she is that they've made it. Oh, I can talk.
The metal devil.
I have party members. They better not die. Oh, Sona's hurt. Oh, one of Erend's boys, I guess. Oh. Alright. Oh, I knew what I was gonna do. Sorry, I realize I'm probably talking my microphone. Alright, here we go. Yeah, but I'm not usually low in health. It's funny, when I play games, usually I wind up playing on low health a lot and I get a player skill boost. But in this game, I generally don't. That's not my playstyle. Oh god. How? Oh, I'm gonna climb. Okay, sorry. How do we do that? Alright, well, you guys had better hope that you have the skills to climb up things, because that's what we're doing. Here we go. Only one of you has experience with the Nora Brave training, so hopefully you can keep up. It is really... Oh, huh. Oh, what's the... Hold on. No, shoot! What's the button? I forgot what the button is to summon up your weapons.
Arrival of entity has been anticipated. Entity will not halt transmission.
That's what you think. No. What are you doing? What are you doing?
To contrary, calculations are precise. Presence of entity has been accounted for.
What have you made? Oh, okay, just one of those, huh? I mean, I don't have a giant gun right now, so that might take a little hard. It might be a little harder. Okay. Although, actually, this is what I'm gonna want here, if I remember correctly. Right. Jeez, I should probably actually, hold on. I should probably actually take some defense, but instead I'm just going all offense. This is not my best idea. We're gonna try this. Oh shoot. Did you see me forget how to play the game for a second, by the way? when I accidentally rolled forward with my weapon instead of summoning up the thing to make more. That's not good. I don't know what that is, but that's not good and I don't like it. Oh, there's a time limit. There's a time limit. Guys, did you notice there's a time limit? Oh shoot. Oh jeez. I can do this. 10 minutes is not too long. I can do this. Wait, hold on. Oh, that was the L button, not the R button. Okay, hold on. Oh, I thought you could hit with multiple arrows. Oh, you can. Okay. Okay, hold on. Like that. Ah, right. That's what you're supposed to do. Right. Yeah, I know, Aloy. I know, honey. Oh god, I'm corrupt. Oh my god. Did not realize that was happening. Hello. Jeez. Oh jeez, the time.
For now.
Okay, hold on. Jeez. There's no way. I'm not doing it. Shoot, I did it wrong. Oh jeez, that's what I get. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Okay, hold on. No. We're gonna make arrows. I can do this. I'm gonna probably die this time, and I apologize. Ah, thank goodness. That did something, at least.
Time enough to beat the machines back.
Okay, I can do this. Set it on fire, guys. I figured it out. I figured out how to do this, by the way.
Out of the way! Never seen so many machines.
Okay. Okay.
Take them out!
System threat imminent.
I'm more than a threat.
How do I get to it? How do I get to it? Oh. Gaia? No. That's a...
Master Override armed. To activate state name and rank.
Elizabeth Sobeck. Alpha Prime.
Master Override activated. Purging extinction protocol.
Talanuh? There's gonna be a cost. There's gotta be a cost.
Okay, Gaia. Sorry about that. Where was I?
You were telling a story.
Right. Yeah, so, like I was saying, it was a children's electronics kit, but I hacked the wiring to an auto battery and solar PV. So the grass caught fire. And, so did a tall pine that had stood there, I don't know, maybe 100 years.
Query. You were how old?
6. My mother was home, thank God, so she called the fire department, and after, she took me out to the lawn and showed me the dead baby birds.
Sobeck
because there were
Ranch.
nests in the pine tree.
Query. What did you feel?
I'm not sure. I remember yelling that I didn't care. And that's when my mother took my face in her hands and spoke.
Query. What did she say?
She said I had to care. She said, Elizabeth, being smart will count for nothing if you don't make the world better. You have to use your smarts to count for something. To serve life, not death.
You often tell stories of your mother, but you are childless.
I never had time. Guess it was for the best.
If you had had a child, Elizabeth, what would you have wished for him or her?
I guess I would have wanted her to be curious. And willful, unstoppable, even. But with enough compassion to heal the world. Just a little bit. Anyway, that's all I've got for now, Gaia. Time to tuck in.
I wish you a pleasant sleep, Elizabeth.
Thank you. I'll catch you tomorrow.
I've never seen world design in the credits before. Maybe I've been playing the wrong games for it. Three writers for that? All of that? Okay. No, they had 3 writers. One of those was a lead, and then they had additional writers. I think that small team of writers is part of why it felt so focused. There wasn't the thing you get with some game developers that will remain nameless, where some of the writing is excellent and some of it is really juvenile and it feels really jarring. God. And I can't help wondering if what we're seeing here is going to lead to something in particular, presumably the sequel. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Sorry. I guess I really didn't have anything to say for that entire end section. God, this game. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Every single person involved with this game should be deeply proud of the work they've done. I do have one friend who actually has worked as a writer on the Horizon series, but he joined with Frozen Wilds. So I will have one name that I know in the credits after this, because he's still working on the series. God. It's so good. Like, this game has a massive team, and it shows, like, the amount of time that they could put into care. Because the animations are gorgeous, the character designs are gorgeous, the world is beautifully constructed. I had some concerns about the world and the pacing early on that were largely due to my unfamiliarity with the genre of game. Yeah. The Elizabeth's body, the humans made a bit of a shrine to her, but Gaia made a final resting place for her. Gaia gave her not a shrine, but a grave, a resting place. Not where she's worshipped and remembered in that way, but where... I love the fact that they know full well that the underlying emotional journey underpinning everything is Aloy's journey, and Aloy's question is, who am I? And Aloy's need is to belong. And so yes, at the end you save the world, and at the end you specifically save, you know, Meridian, you save your friends, you see people in places that you know, and you saved them, and there's that victorious feeling. But that's not the note to end on, because Aloy deserves for it to be her story, and it is. And so what matters in the end, the note to end on, is Aloy's mother leaving her something and being proud of her. Not in an active way, because Elizabeth never knows that Aloy is there. But even so, it still counts. It's almost like she's reaching through time, because what she wishes for her daughter, she has. And she does heal the world. And that lesson, child Elizabeth's first reaction to realizing the life and death consequences of her careless decision is to not care, to say it doesn't matter, to insist that it doesn't matter, which is what people like Tad Farrow continue, because they never become mature adults. Because being an adult, growing up means learning to take responsibility for your actions. And it means learning to understand and accept your responsibility to the world around you, to the people and places and things around you. And people like Ted Farrow and his real world equivalents are able to live in this permanent adolescence where there are no real consequences for them. And as a consequence of that, they continue to do great harm. I really think one of the most mature things you can possibly do is recognize your responsibility to others and recognize your responsibility for the actions that you take, the things that you do. Because Elizabeth is a good person through and through, and we know that she's a good person through and through. She is an incredible person. But even her first instinct is to have that immature distance between herself and consequences. So everybody, I think, who starts in that place... Oh, Kojima gets a special thanks. I guess that must be all the creative people who inspired them. Secret agent. That's cute. Everybody has the capacity to be more like Elizabeth. You know? Oh no. The music, the shift change in the music right there. Oh, somebody had twins. Several somebodies had twins? Or did this game take so long that multiple, I guess maybe multiple babies were born to the same families? Because that would be a lot of twins, I think. I guess games take a while, and I guess sometimes people have kids just a couple years apart. Oh. It's a big team. And you, I have to say. No, Chrono, I have to stop you there. Every person alive has the capacity to be just kind of terrible. Oh, we're gonna get the credits for the DLC that I didn't play. Sorry, folks. New gorillas. I guess I wonder if those are the newer people who joined the team who weren't in the main credits there. Yeah. God, the music is so good. It's so powerful. There's this power and strength and desperation and determination all conveyed in this theme in a way that wouldn't be necessarily appropriate for all games, but it really fits here. Huh. I didn't see him. Oh! Oh, here's the voice actors. Okay. I know some of these names, and some of these you've explained to me who these people are. They did a really good job. The voice acting, by and large, is really good. Blameless Avad, such a great character. I love that you're all responding to names, and I don't know these names, but it makes me happy. Jared Zeus, wow, that's quite a name. Freya Parker, that's another big name. Man. Oh, Toby Longworth, you did very well, Toby Longworth. Man. I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk, and I'm like. There's just so much. Oh, interesting. Okay. There's Nil. Oh, Nil is only one of the extra characters. I mean, to be fair, there are some characters who really matter who are in this additional casting. Man. Oh, man. God, that was such a good game. I was saying something, and I forgot what I was saying. I got distracted by the credits. I'm just, Oh. What I was saying, Chrono, of course Cam Clark is additional voices. Cam Clark is additional voices in literally everything ever made in the history of things with voices. I swear to God. That's what Cam Clark does. The thing is, nobody is... Oh, hey, Yuri Lowenthal! That's the Prince of Persia from Sands of Time. I love him. I got him to sign a poster I made of Prince of Persia fan art. Look, there's somebody I know. Aren't you proud of me? I don't know if I know any of these other names. No, what I keep trying to say before I get distracted by the, like, 2 voice actors that I know, is that nobody is uniquely capable of being terrible. And I used to think that I was... You know, and some of us are, you know, maybe more naturally manipulative or more naturally able to cause harm in other ways. But like, the thing is, I think kind of the point that they're trying to make there, oh look, it's Jennifer Hale. I think one of the points that they're trying to make there with that ending is that it's not the like immature child self inside of you that defines who you are. We all have that. Even Elizabeth Sobeck, who saves the world twice, had that in her, and probably has to fight that sometimes, just like everyone. But we are all adults here, and you know, maybe some of you are technically teenagers, so technically you're not. But you. Oh man, motion capture, yeah. We all do our best as much as we can to take that responsibility and to remember that responsibility that we have to each other. And you can't S-rank life. You can't 100% score perfect, you know? And that's fine. Perfection is not attainable, so it's not really something to strive for, although I understand the temptation to do so. But if you do the best you can most of the time, that's good. You are a net good on the world. You are making the world better a little at a time, and that is really all anyone can do, and that counts. That matters. There's a concept. So I mentioned earlier that I was raised in an atheist agnostic household. God, the composers are so good in this game. My heritage, on the other hand, is Jewish on my dad's side, and that's the only side of the family really that I know, and that I have ties to. Look, flute, yay! And so it's not something that I grew up with a lot of, but I've been kind of working on getting to know a little bit more about my heritage, and like I got a little bit of the culture and a little bit of that secondhand, but not as much as I'd like. And so as I was beginning to get to know a little bit more about, I guess, Jewish culture and Jewish faith and that sort of thing, there's this concept that I'm probably going to mispronounce, please forgive me, but it's Tikkun Olam, which is healing the world. And it can take form in small ways and in large ways, and all of those are meaningful. And for me, that is one of the fundamental tenets. I actually started crying when I first heard that, because it was like, this is kind of how I've tried to live my life, and kind of what I've tried to have my driving personal philosophy be for as long as I can remember, just about. Insert joke about my bad memory here if you want, but it has been ever since I was much younger, the idea of leaving the world a little better than you found it. Maybe I can't save the world, maybe I can't change the whole world, maybe I can't do a great big good, but I can heal the world a little at a time. I can do things that make the world a little better, piece by piece, and that's what I'll strive to do, and that's what I have striven to do. And so to find out that actually, like, in a way, that's like one of the central pillars of my inheritance from my ancestors was really moving for me personally, because sometimes we can, I guess, want or need to belong to people who came long before us that we have never known and will never know and can never know, but you still want to have that sense of connection with them. You still want to feel like you are descended from them, that they are someone you can be proud to be descended from, and you are someone they would be proud to have as their descendants. And so for me, discovering that this central philosophy of my life, that I constructed my own value system largely, had a pillar that came from, you know, maybe my interpretation of it isn't what my ancestors would see. You know, maybe they wouldn't necessarily recognize what I do as that necessarily, but I think that they would understand and appreciate that in some ways we're striving towards the same thing. So yeah, Blue Glass saw what I did there, tying this back to the game. Because growing up somewhat without without a heritage that you know, ancestors that you know, with some separation. Basically, my family history stops a generation back. Basically, there's not a lot of talking that the past few generations have done about family. And so I know a little something about searching for a little bit of that. Maybe not the same as Aloy, obviously, but a little of that. And so I think that's something to take away. And so for me, it's really beautiful and powerful that right there, that idea of healing the world a little bit at a time is what Elizabeth wants for herself and what she wants for her daughter. And it's what Aloy has, and it's who Aloy is. Perhaps, as we've said, it's a mixture in a way of nature and nurture. I like that they have made it so that they're not necessarily putting a foot down and saying, we believe in nature or we believe in nurture, but they've covered themselves on both fronts. But I think that Rost and Elizabeth would understand each other. And I like at the end, right before the final end, when she's laying there trying to sleep, and she talks to Elizabeth and she talks to Rost, because that is her mother and that is her father. And she knows that and she accepts that. And she acknowledges them as those roles. And I think that's really beautiful. Everything there was beautiful. And I'm sorry, I feel like I was just all gameplay all the time. I'm really, really glad that I got the Mewtwo armor. I think we might have had a game over if I hadn't had the Mewtwo armor. Especially because fighting that final Uwu-bringer. Fighting that, I knew that fire was the way to go, but I forgot that you do the fire so that you can then hit its weak points. But I figured that out eventually, and then it went down much faster and we didn't run out of time. Very good. Oh man, well thank you all so much for joining me for this journey. I know it's been a long one. It's been over a year because I took the 2 months off this past summer when I was sick and in Texas. And I don't know, those of you who've stuck with me, I mean, heck, if you're still sticking with me and I'm here monologuing to the end credits and you're still here, thank you. And if anyone is here who's come by for the first time ever, I hope you've had a pretty good time. I hope that you take some of the lessons from this game into your heart, because I think that this is a good game to it's a good game for that. It has a lot of heart that I think we can all learn and grow from. And hopefully we won't be called on to save the world against all-powerful robot artificial intelligence monsters. But we can take a little bit of that. Maybe so, Blue Glass, maybe. Well, thank you for coming by, High Volt. I appreciate you being here. The ending of the game is incredible. Yeah, I feel like I should have like a watch list of just skip over a big chunk of the streams fairly early on, because I had a really hard time finding my footing in the game. And so for those of you who stuck around despite how long it took me to figure out how to play an open world game and get on track and actually have story, thank you so much for your patience. But yeah, this has been an incredible, I think hands down this is probably safe to say one of the best games ever made. Just every single element in it is so good. The gameplay could have been mediocre and it would have been still one of the best games ever made because the story is outstanding, but the gameplay is really solid. Somebody with more experience in the genre than me would have to tell whether it holds up against others, whether it's extraordinarily good in that regard, because I can't judge that. I can say it's good. I can't say if it's groundbreaking or mind-blowing the way its story is. I can say that its story is incredible. I can say that its writing is some of the best writing I've ever encountered in a video game. With the kind of care, nuance, maturity, thoughtfulness, consistency, and humanity that I only associate generally with indie games. You know? Usually AAA games have a lot more writing by decision. Like they have a lot more what's the word I'm looking for? Writing by committee. There's a lot more writing by committee. There's a lot of pulling punches. There's a lot of inconsistencies. There's a lot of, oh, but we have to make the player feel like they're the most amazing person at all times. And there's a lot of relative immaturity in a lot of games, because there's a lot of people in the world who are writing power fantasies without thinking about their power fantasies and things like that. And this game doesn't have that. Like, the writing is there. Well, no. The writing is really, really just consistently good and consistently just, I don't know. I'm really, line by line, it's well written. As an overarching story, it's good. The mystery is really worth figuring out, and they give you enough pieces to put a lot of it together by yourself, while still withholding a few pieces so that you can't figure it all out, but you never feel like they've shortchanged you in that. The fact that a lot of the side quests have this really meaningful content as well. The Vantage Point story, how incredibly rich the background, like the backstory feels. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. I want to read the novel of Avad coming to power as Sun King, because I feel like they have thought of the entire backstory. Like, there is a novel there and they have it in their heads, and I want them to have it on the page for me. I want them to write it and then give it to me. I want to have it. I want them to make it so I have it. And yeah, the writing styles are really diverse as well, because they're able to capture, I mean, whenever there was a text-based data point and I got to do a voice, because I don't do voices. I don't seriously do voices. I think for good reason. But whenever there's something that is written in such a way that I get to do a voice, it was delightful, because they managed to capture some over the top but very realistic and believable voice. You know, when even in their press pieces, like the data points that are from the news, the different people speaking in the news, each of them, you can tell who they are and what their story is, what their politics are, where they come from. It's all perfectly captured. Like, just I'm kind of astonished at how much writing they managed to do with only 3 full-time writers and 2 additional writers. Like, that's really incredible, because it's a lot of writing. But I do think that having a smaller team like that is a strength. I might have to look at the comics. I'm really curious. And there's going to be like side things. There's a DLC. There's a sequel. The sequel's getting DLC. It's so beautiful. I think that my impression of this game would have been even better if I hadn't taken quite so long stumbling brokenly through this section right outside the Embrace when I was trying to figure out how to play the game. Karja. These are the Sun King's names. Sorry. Avad. I'm sorry. I have a weakness for this kind of music. Oh man. Yeah, it's so good. Oh, that chord. You know, Blueglass, I honestly don't know. I didn't even know that Jews sang their prayers because my family never did until yeah, each it's interesting. I don't know capitalization rules there. Man, I'm sorry. It's beautiful. I like how the music varies from region to region, from culture to culture. I believe they hired a different composer. I believe that the composers each compose for a different culture, a different region and culture. I'm pretty sure that's the decision that they made, rather than having one person write the battle themes and one person write the overworld themes and so on. I'm pretty sure one person wrote the Nora music and one person wrote the Karja music. So I assume that means that one person wrote the Oseram music, because I guess there's Oseram music, and then somebody wrote the Banuk music, because there's 4 composers, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Man, that was so beautiful. You guys are okay with us sitting here and listening to this, aren't you? There's a lot of it. This is a very, very long song, but I love it. I mean, this is a medley that we're listening to. This is an ending medley. Hear the basses. Okay. Now what? Oh. They're doing some really interesting tricks with their voices. Like they do interesting falls. Oh man. Okay. We're thanking vodka. I assume we're getting close to the end of the credits here. All right. I think this might be the end of the credits. Wait. Oh, no, 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 no. No? 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 They didn't cause that. They didn't cause that. Oh, hello, Sylens. Sylens knows. Is he smiling? Yep. 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 Oh my god!
Old friend, remember me? We've still so much to discuss. So much you never revealed. Your masters, for example. The ones who sent the signal that woke you. Knowledge has its rewards, don't you think? Well, let's begin.
All right. All right. All right. I wondered. Okay, so the masters will either be either we have the Far Zenith people, who I think might be a cult, because Elizabeth was kind of concerned about what kind of a world they might make left to their own devices. Or it's the AI that ran away. That hates humanity and wants to destroy. That's my guess. It's a little bit of mini-golfing here. Silence. It did feel like it was kind of neat for him to just walk out of the game like that. When he did. But when he's like, I'm done. You won't see me again. I'm walking out of your life. And we didn't really have a motivation beyond he wants to know. He wants to understand. Phenomenal cosmic powers. Itty bitty little living space. I'm pretty sure is what we're thinking. Oh, look at this. Okay, I'm going to read this out loud to you folks because that's what we're doing now. Congratulations on defeating Hades and protecting Gaia's dream of an Earth reborn. The state of the world has been restored to just before the looming shadow, prior to the final battle for Meridian. You keep all loot and experience from your successful playthrough. Additionally, New Game Plus has been unlocked, granting the option to play the game again from the beginning with all the loot and skills you have accumulated throughout this playthrough. A New Game Plus loadout of your current inventory and skills has been created. To play in this mode, simply choose the New Game Plus option in the main menu. You can also create new loadouts via the pause menu in the game. Thank you for playing, the Horizon team. Gotta point out the fact that the final instance of New Game Plus, they put an extra space between game and plus. But given that the majority of dialogue in this game, and the majority of writing in this game, is without error, and there's a lot of it, I think I'm gonna let this one slide. All right. I hit the wrong button. There we go. Okay. Yes, proofreading is very important. New main quest, The Looming Shadow. They're letting you know, by the way. Create new game plus loadout. Restart from save. Load game. Quit. I should probably save, shouldn't I? Where am I? Oh. Why am I here? Oh, there's a campfire right down there. Let's go save. And then I think we'll shut down for now. Oh, I can like literally see the campfire with my eyes, with my little eyeballs. Doop, doop, doop. Where are we? What is this? I'm not quite sure. The music sure is playing ominous music. Alright. So now we have 2 saves. 130 something minutes. I'm going to make a new save because I don't know what else to do. And I don't know what I'm doing. So we're going to do that. Therefore, no matter what, we're covered. Okay, folks. Well, I'm really mad at Sylens. I'm not surprised, but I am disappointed in him. 130 hours. Yes, that's what I meant. That's what I meant, Chrono. Did I say minutes? It's okay, Blue Glass. I will inevitably load one, realize it's the wrong one, and load something else. You can count on me to be like, what was I doing? Why do I have so many saves? What was Past Lauren thinking? Past Lauren wasn't thinking. That's right now. You heard it here first, folks. Lauren was not thinking about her saves. Man, so I'm mad at Sylens. I'm not surprised. Because he did kind of set things up. He was like, okay, well, we can't have the world get destroyed. So as long as Hades is being controlled, then it's fine and he can get information. To be fair, if there is a bigger batter out there that might want to destroy the world, it's probably good to know that. It's probably good to know about that. And the only one who could know about that is Hades. So one could make an argument that Sylens is also researching this information to make sure the world isn't about to get nuked by something worse. I mean, obviously a motivation for him is that he just wants to get knowledge. But when you think about it, Aloy, I think, will eventually figure out something else was involved. Something else set Hades loose like that. Something else did that. And we don't know who or what that is. And that could be scary and dangerous. But Sylens knows. Sylens knows that. Because he has more information, I think, than he's given Aloy. And he listened in on everything that she saw and did. So I wonder if she's going to be able to make her focus unhackable by him. No... I'm saying Sylens could have a motivation there that isn't solely selfish, and that isn't just I'm a bad guy who wants knowledge at all costs no matter what. There could potentially be a justification if we wanted to grant him that. Now, whether he takes that justification or not remains to be seen. But yes. So presumably he's going to be a big bad in the second game, which is fine. Or not. We'll see. I mean, he is going to take precautions. He does learn, but he's not as bad as Ted Faro. But it's definitely, I think that there's definitely a slight parallel there with somebody made a mistake and then repeated that mistake thinking that they had it under control this time. So we'll see. We'll see what exactly is going to happen with that, because there is a sequel. I don't know. I am satisfied with Aloy's story. And I'm curious what Aloy's story in the next game is going to be, because here Aloy is on a quest to figure out kind of where she comes from and who she is. And I would, if it were up to me, because the ending that they have in which she has this final closure with Elizabeth is exactly what I would have wanted, exactly what I wanted, exactly what I think should have been done. So I feel like the next step then is, who will you become with that knowledge? Now that you have the entire world in front of you, And so Aloy will be on this quest for who does she want to become? What does she want to do? But we'll see. They will do something good. I have confidence. I know somebody who thinks that the second game is vastly inferior, still a fine game, but vastly inferior to this. And I know somebody who thinks the second game is better than this. So I will have whatever opinion I wind up having about it, but I'm sure that I will think the writing is good at the very least, because there's no way that it could not be if it's the same team. Took them 6 years to make this game. They definitely, like, the time and care and obsessive intent and level of detail and everything shows. It's very, very impressive. This is a work of art. It's not a game that people would hold up as art if they're thinking about art like they do with Shadow of the Colossus, which does deserve it, or Journey, which also deserves it. But I would say this is a work of art, and it's a work of art that could only be a video game. The way that you piece things together could only be done with you playing through it. So it has some of the elements that make some of the things that made Gone Home an experience that had to be like some of the experiences, like, so my argument was that Gone Home couldn't have been in any non-interactive medium because it plays with your understanding and your expectation as you go along. It controls that, and that interactive gathering of information is what makes it need to be an interactive experience instead of just reading that in a book. This has some elements of that, which is really interesting. In addition to having, straight up gameplay elements that are beautifully done. But the story that it tells is a larger story. Like, it manages to both have something to say about the ills of modern society and the path that we're on and fears that people have for the future. And also tell a very, very personal and relatable story about identity and who you are and finding yourself. And I think that's awesome. And that's art. Like, this is not popcorn entertainment. This is doing something that is designed to make you think and feel about very, very big and universal themes. And I don't know that I would say that that's the definition of art. If we actually start trying to define art, that'll take a while, and I will probably contradict myself 5 ways. But I think that this is it. And these people should be very proud of themselves. And I finished this game feeling inspired to finish writing things myself and put my own stories into the world and see what I can do with the inspiration from the incredibly good games that I have been playing mostly recently. Sorry, Stray. Yeah. Thank you for being on this journey with me. And I will be streaming Thursday. We'll do the Hades 2 video and then chat some. And then next Tuesday we will not be streaming because I'm flying out the following Wednesday. And I don't know what we're going to do when I'm in Texas. It kind of remains to be seen. I might just take that, like, the entirety of next week off. And then, like, the following week, maybe pick up some streaming. But I will keep you posted. I'm going to get internet stuff so that I should be able to do internet from my room at my mom's house. And maybe I'll stream at a friend's house if I go down to Austin. We'll see. But I'll keep you posted. Do follow me on social media or join our Discord for the best way of knowing what we're doing. But if you like what you saw here, again, the new games that are coming up on the horizon, I'm going to be playing Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and Disco Elysium. And since you guys are the Tuesday crew, if you have a strong preference for one or the other, you can fight it out with the Thursday crew and let me know what your preference is for which one you'd rather me do on Tuesdays, and we'll figure it out. Felipe, thank you. That's good to hear. Like, I've heard both sides, so that makes me feel optimistic that regardless, I think it's going to be a good experience and I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to more of their writing, but I should probably shut down so I can give my kitty some attention. Yeah, it has been a long running series. This is stream 41. This is stream 41 of Horizon Zero Dawn. And I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. You've been lovely. And I hope we'll see those of you who are newer. I hope we'll see you again. Feel free to join us on the Discord. Feel free to give me a follow on social medias. And again, like, you can follow me here and you will see, when I go live, what I play next, how things go. Take care. You are wonderful. You are good. Remember, you are capable of changing the world and saving the world and healing the world a little bit every day. And you do. Maybe not all the time, but you do. And that counts and that matters. And you count and you matter. So never, never forget that. Mwah. Good night, friends. Take care.